All right, ladies and gentlemen. I've actually been looking forward to doing this for quite a long time, especially considering the recent reveal of Donkey Kong Bonanza that's going to be hitting the Switch too. So I figured, how about I go look at the history of one of Nintendo's original characters and see how he's evolved throughout the years and then see where we end up with Donkey Kong Bonanza, because there are videos that I've watched many times, but I would love to watch with all of you. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here. Welcome to a deep dive of Donkey Kong. Now, just to give you a little synopsis of my history with the game, I think my very first Donkey Kong game was Donkey Kong 64. Mind you, this is before I learned about the original Donkey Kong where you're playing as Mario jumping over barrels. My mom remembers that. Remembers playing that. And I learned about all the other games with it, but Donkey Kong 64 was my first Donkey Kong game. And then after that, after I basically short-circuited my entire Nintendo 64, I resorted to using my Game Boy Advance in order to play the other Donkey Kong Country games. So, yeah, and I've pretty much loved this series ever since, even though I never played every single game. Like, I know you have Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, I know you have Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for the Switch, which I never played. Then you have Donkey Kong Country Returns, and then Returns HD, and then all these different types of Donkey Kong games. But it's all Donkey Kong has always been a series where I thought, you know what? This is a game that needs a revitalization. This is a game that needs its own Super Mario Odyssey moment, considering we have hundreds of Mario games. You unalived it pretty much because of my own childish impatience and negligence. I basically fried the entire insides of my original Nintendo 64. My see-through ice blue Nintendo 64 with matching controller, all because of my own negligence. That was on me. But Donkey Kong over the years has been a series that had, games that were on and off again a couple of times, but it never really saw as much of a massive surgence that you would see from Mario. Because Mario's got doctor games, it's got Tetris games, it's got sports games, it's got racing games, and a bevy of different types of platforming 3D adventure games. Even Mario and the Raving Rabbids was a thing. But you really didn't see too much of Donkey Kong over the years. Until the recent reveal for the Nintendo Switch 2 showed Donkey Kong. You had the Nintendo. Yeah. And it's more than likely still in storage, though I don't know if it can ever be used simply because plugging it into that system basically fried the inside. It's not like I can change the cord and then it starts working again, even though after all these years I never tried. But I don't think it's going to work anymore. So it's just a constant reminder to never be impatient again. Cause I lost a whole childhood of gaming when I fried my systems like that. Yeah, I'm so tired of Mario. Here's the thing about Mario. I enjoy Mario. I do. I really do enjoy Mario. Me playing through Super Mario Bros. Wonder was a joy because that was the first Mario game I played in several years. It was such a long time since I played a Mario game. However, Nintendo isn't just Mario. It's not just Mario. There's Donkey Kong, you got K. Rool and the Kremlings. There's more to Nintendo than just simply anything that's related to Mario. And I know Mario is the mascot of Nintendo. Everything that Mario does is basically, Mario is the Mickey Mouse of Nintendo. But I feel it's time Nintendo starts to focus on their other main people that they have, from Donkey Kong to what else? I mean, we're getting a brand new Metroid game. We're getting a brand new Metroid game, which is great. We're getting a brand new Donkey Kong game, which is great. And what makes this even more important is the fact that this Donkey Kong game is the first 3D platformer since Donkey Kong 64, which was released all the way back in what? 1990 something. I'm trying to check for Donkey Kong on 64. I want to check for Donkey Kong 64 how long ago it was. Where is it? Donkey Kong 64. I'm trying to find it because there's a lot of information. Where is it? Where is it? It's in this list somewhere. Donkey Konga 2. No, we've gone too far. Donkey Kong. There it is. 1997. You could try replacing the circuit board, but that probably won't work. Look, at this point, I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Maybe in the future, maybe I'll get a new Nintendo 64 and finally beat Donkey Kong 64. But that's a ways off. Donkey Kong Bonanza already has my attention. So, today, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't mind, we're going to dive into the deep history of Donkey Kong and just how happy I am that Nintendo says, okay, one, we're going to revamp his look, which I'm okay with. Some people were saying, like, why doesn't he look like his original? Or they changed his look to look more like it does in the movie. And people's suspicions rose because of how Donkey Kong looked during a segment of Mario Kart before we got a big deep dive on the Nintendo Switch 2. We got the teaser for it, and some people saw, the new look of Donkey Kong and thought like, wow, that's a big departure from how he looked before. And Shigeru Miyamoto had to come out and say like, this is fine. The creator of Donkey Kong, if you still got an issue with the redesign and the creator of Donkey Kong says like, we needed to do this redesign and y'all still come back to that? Nah, there's something wrong. So just let it go. Let it go. If the creator says like, yeah, we had to do this, it was time for us to do a new redesign. If people are still bucking up against that, then that's them. But seeing as how Donkey Kong goes back as far as 1981. So yeah, this series has been around since longer than I've been alive. But there we go. I got chat all lined up. But let's go down the history of it. So, Donkey Kong is a video game series and media franchise created by the Japanese game designer Shigeru Miyamoto for Nintendo. It follows the adventures of Donkey Kong, a large, powerful gorilla. A gorilla you and 100 other dudes do not, and 99 other dudes do not want to go up against. Because it's not like, just to bring this up, that 100 man versus one gorilla situation, people are overestimating the gorilla, but at the same time, people are overestimating themselves and thinking that they're going to be able to take a gorilla. Because one, the gorilla it fights to beat. It doesn't fight to subdue. It fights to beat. So even if you were to have a couple of people go up against the gorilla, it's the people who go in first who are going to have an issue. And once the gorilla's tuckered out, then all the rest of them may not have too much of a bad time. But I'm just saying, I ain't gonna be one of them 100 man going up against a gorilla, because if it's a draw on who gonna be going first, knowing my luck, I'm gonna be the one who has to go up to the gorilla first, and I ain't putting myself in that situation. But this is one gorilla you don't want to mess with. And we're gonna check out the Donkey Kong Bonanza videos as well. So we'll get to that after we get through the history of Donkey Kong. But this is one gorilla you don't want to mess with. A large, powerful gorilla and other members of the Kong family of apes. Donkey Kong games include the original arcade game trilogy by Nintendo R&D 1, the Donkey Kong Country series by Rare, such a wonderful studio, and Retro Studios, and the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series by Nintendo Software Technology. See, I'm only interested in the Donkey Kong games that is purely just Donkey Kong, because, as you said, Kitty, I myself feel like it's time to take a break from too much from Mario, because we're getting so much Mario. I understand that Mario Kart World is coming out. That's Then, with that game prompted a whole price situation that other people are slowly trying to take advantage of in hopes that, like, hey, if Nintendo can do it, then so can we. But there's just so much Mario. There's literally hundreds of Mario games. Matter of fact, how many Mario games are there? Over 200. Over 200. Over two oh over 200 games. Over 200 games. And how many games does Donkey Kong have? How many Donkey Kong games are there? Oh, how wonderful. It doesn't even list them all. You can say that there's over 200 Donkey Kong games. I wonder, with this list, will it be able to list them all? This is not what I was hoping for. I was hoping for something different. I was hoping for something different. But actually, you know what? The fact that you can this is a list that I can count. Never mind. I can count. These are all Donkey Kong games. So we got Donkey Kong 1981, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, and with Donkey Kong Bonanza, we'll make it 59. So less than 60 Donkey Kong games have been made, while Mario has over 200. The plumber needs a break. It's time for Donkey Kong to have a chance to have adventures of his own, and I am so happy for Bonanza. Okay? I'm so happy that Bonanza exists. So that way, he can get that Odyssey that I've been waiting for years. So going back through this, various studios have developed spin-offs in genres such as edutainment, puzzle, racing, and rhythm. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. You want to know how old I am in comparison to Donkey Kong? I remember when Donkey Kong Jungle Beat had its own demo in electronic stores like Power Zone and Walmart and early iterations of Best Buy. I remember whenever me and my family would go into an electrics goods store, and they had a Nintendo setup with Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. You know, the ones that they had to secure into the shelf itself with a solid beam, so that way when kids were beating on the bongos, they weren't messing up, they weren't, shaking the thing off of its foundation, or connected to the game casing, so when you were looking up as a kid, you was playing, and then you had your neck twisted all the way up the whole time, but you were just like do 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 do. That was Jungle Beat back then. I remember when Donkey Kong Jungle Beat was in stores for people to play as a demo. That's how old I am. I remember, and not only that, I remember playing Donkey Kong Country on my Game Boy Advance SP. While my family would be in Walmart or any other place, and I'd just be playing it. I remember walking out of Walmart one day with either Donkey Kong Country 2 or Donkey Kong Country 3. I remember it. That's how old I am for Donkey Kong. And obviously, I'm old enough where I can remember playing through Donkey Kong 64. So I'm that old. Let's see. The franchise also incorporates animation, printed media, theme parks, and merchandise. Miyamoto designed the original 1981 Donkey Kong to repurpose unsold arcade cabinets following the failure of Radar Scope of 1980. It was a major success and was followed by the sequels Donkey Kong Jr. in 1982 and Donkey Kong 3 in 1983. Nintendo placed the franchise on a hiatus as it shifted focus to the spin-off Mario franchise. So, let that sink in. Mario is a spin-off of Donkey Kong, because Donkey Kong was first. Now, let me bring up Mario just so we can put them next to each other. Mm-hmm. Yep. Ain't it crazy? We had Donkey Kong before we had Mario, but Mario was the more popular of the two and garnered way more games in the process. Because Mario was in the same game with Donkey Kong, but he wasn't called Mario until after the fact. He was called Jumpman back then. So if we didn't get Donkey Kong, we would not have Mario. Mario, and this is the thing. We love Mario. Okay? Let me just say that. We all love Mario. But we would not have Mario if it wasn't for Donkey Kong. Mario owes everything to Donkey Kong. Everything. But Mario gets the movies. Mario gets the games. Mario gets the endorsements. Mario gets an entire theme park patterned after him. Donkey Kong gets a whole section. Donkey Kong has less than 60 games. Mario gets all the accolades and everything. But we wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for Donkey Kong. So going forward, let's see. Nintendo placed the franchise on a hiatus as it shifted focus to the spin-off Mario franchise. Rare's 1994 reboot, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, I remember that, Donkey Kong Country re-established Donkey Kong as a major Nintendo franchise. Rare developed Donkey Kong games for the SNES, Game Boy, and Nintendo 64 until it was acquired by Microsoft in 2002. And Microsoft, with their inability to use the greatness they have at their disposal, did absolutely nothing with Donkey Kong, with Rare or anything. Consider with Rare's vast knowledge, or even try to make any other games after that point. So they just had that. See, that's the thing with Microsoft. They will acquire companies, they will acquire studios, but they will not use them to their fullest potential. And speaking of Microsoft, we're currently in a situation where exclusives to Microsoft that garnered them to be seen as flagship titles for their consoles are now coming to PlayStation. Now, I understand the feel of like, okay, let's make as few exclusives as possible so everyone can enjoy this, but at the same time, these exclusives for Xbox were the reasons people bought that console in the first place. So now that we're getting Gears of War and Forza, that's the correct way to pronounce that, by the way, and we may be getting Halo's Master Chief Collection on PlayStation for the first time in history. A flagship title for Xbox could be heading to its opposing console competitor. But Xbox wants to increase the price of their console and their games, and you have nothing? You have nothing? I'm sorry, I'm getting off track here. Please forgive me. So getting back to this. Rare's, let me see, blah, 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 blah. In subsequent games were developed by Nintendo, Retro Studios, Namco, and Payon. After Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze in 2014, the franchise went on another hiatus, which ended with Donkey Kong Bonanza. So for 10 years, after Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, they went on hiatus again. And the next game they're bringing back is essentially going to reestablish Donkey Kong as a major Nintendo franchise again. Because after they did Donkey Kong 3 in 1983, they went on a hiatus. Like a long hiatus. Matter of fact, was there I think there was a 10-year gap in between this too. The first time they went on hiatus, there was a 10-year gap. And then with the reboot on the SNES, it reestablished Donkey Kong as a major Nintendo franchise. And then 10 years after, I want to say almost 10 years after that, Donkey Kong started to get more and more and more games. I want to say it was 20 years that in between Donkey Kong Country on the SNES that we got Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and then the franchise went on another hiatus, and Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is dropping, a couple of months from now, like 2 months from now, that's bringing the whole series back again. They go on hiatus and they come out swinging. Okay. The main Donkey Kong games are platformers in which the player must reach the end of a level, and it's been that way for years. Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, 3, and pretty much all of their side-scrolling games, save for Donkey Kong 64, Diddy Kong Racing, and of course the upcoming Donkey Kong Bonanza. Like I said, we'll get into detail about that a little bit later on. Donkey Kong appears as the antagonist or protagonist. His role alternates between games. The original games feature a small cast of characters, including Donkey Kong, Mario, and Pauline. Rare's games expanded the cast with friendly Kongs alongside the Kremlings, an army of antagonistic crocodiles led by Donkey Kong's nemesis, King K. Rool, which we haven't seen in a long time. We have not seen the Kremlings or K. Rool in decades? The last time we saw K. Rool, he was in a cinematic for Smash Bros. And that was it. Mario, the protagonist of the 1981 game, became Nintendo's mascot and the star of the Mario franchise, and Donkey Kong characters appear in Mario games such as Mario Kart, Mario Party, and Mario Tennis. Donkey Kong characters also feature in crossover games such as Mario and Sonic and Super Smash Bros. Outside of video games, the franchise includes the animated series Donkey Kong Country from 1997 to 2000, which was a weird series, by the way. A themed area in Super Nintendo World at Universal's theme parks. At Universal's theme parks, soundtrack albums, and Lego construction toys. Donkey Kong is one of Nintendo's best-selling franchises with more than 65 million copies sold by 2021. The original game was Nintendo's first major international success. Wow. If it wasn't for Donkey Kong being a success, we would not have Nintendo of today. How come Mario's getting all the love, though? But if it wasn't for Donkey Kong being a major success, and thus prompting the shift and spin-off of Mario and that whole long line of franchises, Nintendo wouldn't be what it is today. This company owes everything to Donkey Kong. I didn't know this. The original game was Nintendo's first major international success. It rescued Nintendo of America from a financial crisis and established it as a prominent force in the video game industry. The franchise has pioneered or popularized concepts such as in-game storytelling and pre-rendered graphics, inspired other games, including clones, and influenced popular culture. Wow, I didn't know this. So, now we're getting into the history part. 1981 to 1982, conception and first game. In the late 1970s, the Japanese company Nintendo shifted its focus from producing toys and playing cards to arcade games. This followed the 1973 oil crisis, which increased the cost of manufacturing toys, and the success of Taito's arcade game Space Invaders in 1978. In 1980, Nintendo released Radar Scope, a Space Invaders-style shoot-'em-up. It was a commercial failure and put the newly established subsidiary Nintendo of America in a financial crisis. Its founder, Minoru Arakawa, asked his father-in-law, Nintendo CEO Hiroshi Yamauchi, Yamauchi to produce a new game. I wanted to make sure I said that name right. Hiroshi Yamauchi to produce a new game that could repurpose the unsold radar scope cabinets. Most of Nintendo's top developers were preoccupied, so the task went to Shigeru Miyamoto, a first-time game designer. Supervised by Gunpei Yokoi, Miyamoto settled on a love triangle with the characters Bluto, Popeye, and Olive Oil from the Popeye franchise, but a licensing deal between Nintendo and King Features fell through. Bluto evolved into a gorilla, an animal Miyamoto said was nothing too evil or repulsive. He was named Donkey Kong, donkey to convey stubborn and Kong to imply gorilla. Popeye became Mario, the new antagonist, while Olive Oil became Pauline, the damsel in distress. Miyamoto cited the fairy tale Beauty and the Beast and the 1933 King Kong as influences. Donkey Kong was one of the earliest platform games, with players controlling Mario as he ascends a construction site to rescue Pauline from Donkey Kong. Whereas previous platform games focused on climbing, Miyamoto placed an emphasis on jumping to avoid obstacles and cross gaps. He envisioned something akin to a playable comic strip that unfolded across multiple levels with unique scenarios. This was uncommon in contemporary arcade games, which typically featured a single scenario that repeated. As he lacked programming expertise, Miyamoto consulted technicians on whether his ideas were possible. 4 programmers from Ikegami Ikegami Sushinki spent 3 months turning Miyamoto's design into a finished game. Although Miyamoto's team was told it would be a failure, Donkey Kong became Nintendo's first major international success upon its release in July 1981. The $280 million windfall gain rescued Nintendo of America from its financial crisis and established it as a prominent brand in America. Donkey Kong achieved further success in 1982, where Nintendo released a Game & Watch adaptation and licensed it to Coleco for ports to home consoles. It grossed $4.4 billion across various platforms, making it one of the highest grossing games of all time. In 1982, Universal City Studios filed a lawsuit alleging Donkey Kong violated its trademark of King Kong. The lawsuit failed when Nintendo's lawyer Howard Lincoln discovered that Universal had won a lawsuit in 1976 by declaring that King Kong was actually in the public domain. This lawyer literally said that Universal lied, and then said, actually, it's public domain, so it's fine. 1982 to 1994, sequels and first hiatus. Miyamoto and his team used game mechanics and levels that could not be included in Donkey Kong as the basis for a sequel. Miyamoto wanted to make Donkey Kong the protagonist, but the sprite graphic was too big to easily maneuver, so he created a new character, Donkey Kong Jr. The team still wanted Donkey Kong on top of the screen, so they conceived a plot in which Mario had caged him, and Donkey Kong Jr. had to save him. To develop Donkey Kong Jr. in 1982, Nintendo reverse-engineered Ikegami's Donkey Kong code, making it the first game that Nintendo developed without outside help. Following Donkey Kong Jr.'s release, Ikegami sued Nintendo for copyright infringement. In 1990, the Tokyo High Court ruled in favor of Ikegami, and the companies reached a settlement. Donkey Kong 3, released in 1983, features shooter gameplay that departs from its predecessors. This I did not know. Instead of Mario, the player controls Stanley, an exterminator from the Game & Watch game Greenhouse of 1982, who must fend off Donkey Kong and a swarm of bees. Not the bees. Oh no, they're in my eyes. Donkey Kong 3 was unsuccessful, as was Donkey Kong Jr. Math in 1983, an edutainment game from the Nintendo Entertainment System, the first one. Sega obtained the license to develop a game featuring a playable Donkey Kong as a parking attendant, but it was canceled after canceled after Sega's David Rosen and Hayao Nakayama arranged a management buyout from Gulf and Western Industries in 1984. The franchise went on an extended hiatus while the spin-off Mario franchise found success on the NES, cementing Mario as Nintendo's mascot. Donkey Kong's appearances in the years following Donkey Kong 3 were limited to cameos and unrelated games. Nintendo staff began discussing a Donkey Kong revival as the original game's 10th anniversary approached in 1981. They were unable to start a new game at the time, so they included Donkey Kong Jr. as a playable character in Super Mario Kart of 1992. Hey, that's the year I was born. However, the discussions led to the production of the Game Boy game Donkey Kong of 1994, the first original Donkey Kong game in 10 years. It features Mario as the player character and begins as a remake of the 1981 game before introducing over 100 puzzle platforming levels that incorporate elements from Donkey Kong Jr. and Super Mario Bros. 2 of 1998. The 1987 official Nintendo Player's Guide advertised a Donkey Kong revival for the NES, Return of Donkey Kong, which was never released. In the early 1990s, Philips obtained the license to use 5 Nintendo characters, including Donkey Kong, in games for the CDI format. Philips contracted Rydell Studio Software Productions to make a CDI Donkey Kong game. It was developed between 1992 and 1993, but canceled. The 2020 Nintendo data leak included a prototype for Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island of 1995, featuring a protagonist who resembles Stanley, the exterminator. Its title, Super Donkey, suggested that Yoshi's Island began as a Donkey Kong game before it was altered to star the Mario character Yoshi. Now we move on to 1994 to 1996, and Rare and Donkey Kong Country. Around 1992, Rare, a British developer founded by the brothers Tim and Chris Stamper, purchased Silicon Graphics Incorporated, challenge workstations with alias rendering software to render 3D models. The move made Rare the most technologically advanced UK developer and situated them high in the international market. Rare began experimenting with using the technology in a boxing game. At the time, Nintendo was embroiled in a console war with Sega, whose Genesis competed with the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, SNES. Nintendo wanted a game to compete with Sega's Aladdin, which featured graphics by Disney animators. Lincoln, who became a Nintendo of America executive following the Universal lawsuit, learned of Rare's SGI experiments during a trip to Europe. After impressing Nintendo with a demonstration, Tim Stamper suggested developing a platform game that used pre-rendered 3D graphics. Nintendo granted the Stampers permission to use the Donkey Kong intellectual property. Some sources indicate that the Stampers obtained the license after Nintendo offered them its catalog of characters, and they chose Donkey Kong. Wise decision. Though the designer Greg Mayles recalled that it was Nintendo that requested a Donkey Kong game. Nintendo figured licensing Donkey Kong posed minimal risk due to the franchise's dormancy. Rare's reboot, Donkey Kong Country, featured side-scrolling gameplay that Mayles based on the Super Mario series. It was the first Donkey Kong game neither directed nor produced by Miyamoto, though he provided support and contributed design ideas. Donkey Kong Country was one of the first games for a mainstream home video game console to use pre-rendered graphics, achieved through a compression technique that allowed Rare to convert 3D models into SNES sprites with little loss of detail. Because Donkey Kong did not have much of an established universe, Rare was free to expand it, introducing Donkey Kong's sidekick, Diddy Kong. And I want to say this is the only Diddy that people should really be paying attention to. Who replaced Donkey Kong Jr. and the antagonistic Kremlings. After 18 months of development, Donkey Kong Country was released in November 1994 to acclaim, with critics hailing its visuals as groundbreaking. It was a major success, selling 9.3 million copies and becoming the third best-selling SNES game. It re-established Donkey Kong as a major Nintendo franchise and heralded Donkey Kong's tradition from villain to hero. Miyamoto felt Rare had breathed new life into Donkey Kong and demonstrated that it could be trusted with the franchise. Following the success, Nintendo purchased a large minority stake in Rare. Rare began developing concepts for a Donkey Kong Country sequel during production, and Nintendo greenlit the project immediately after the success. Donkey Kong Country 2: Diddy Kong's Quest, released in 1995, featuring Diddy rescuing a kidnapped Donkey Kong and introduces Diddy's girlfriend, Dixie Kong. Saying his name in light of recent events, I will not have Diddy Kong's names tarnished by an idiot. So whenever I say the name Diddy, I will only ever mean the ape. The video game ape. It was designed to be less linear and more challenging, with a theme reflecting Male's fascination with pirates. Ooh, I remember. Oh man, this brings back so many memories just thinking about that song. Diddy Kong's Quest was a critical success and is the 6th best-selling SNES game. Following Diddy Kong's Quest, the Donkey Kong Country team split in two, with one half working on Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble, and with Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. Sorry, my inflection was wrong. Of 1996. Dixie Kong's Double Trouble features Dixie and a new character, Kiddy Kong, as a protagonist and incorporated 3DS gameplay and Zelda-inspired role-playing elements. Although it was released late in the SNES's lifespan and after the launch of the Nintendo 64, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble sold well. Now we're starting to enter into the 2000s. 1995 to 2002. Franchise expansion. Separate Rare teams developed the Game Boy games Donkey Kong Land 2, and Donkey Kong Land 3, which condensed the Country series gameplay for the handheld game console. Rare's Game Boy programmer, Paul Machacek? Yeah, I want to say Paul Machacek. Sorry if I'm butchering the name, my apologies. Convinced Tim Stamper that developing Land as an original game rather than a port would be a better use of resources. A port of Country was eventually released for the Game Boy Color in 2000. Rare also developed a tech demo for a Virtual Boy Donkey Kong game, which was canceled after the system's commercial failure. The first Donkey Kong game for the Nintendo 64... Wait, I thought Donkey Kong 64 was the first Donkey Kong game on the Nintendo 64. Diddy Kong Racing was first? I didn't know this! I remember playing Diddy Kong Racing back then. That was a fun game. I remember renting it from Blockbuster. Oh, look at this. The Game Boy and the Nintendo 64 here. This brings back so many memories. The Game Boy I had was green. That's the color that I had. Mine was green. And the Nintendo 64 I had was ice blue, like I said earlier on. The first Donkey Kong game for the Nintendo 64, Diddy Kong Racing, a kart racing game, was released as Nintendo's major 1997 Christmas shopping season product. I see that happening for the Switch 2 this holiday season. Now, many of us are going to be getting our... Yo, hi, Dragon, it's good to see you. Now, many of us are going to be getting our hands on the Switch 2 pretty much this summer, the week after next. But I feel Black Friday and the holiday season for families that are saving up to get the Switch. Master Wu's voice? Green. Ninjago. I just thinking of Master Wu's voice whenever he's reading out the episode titles for the Ninjago TV show. But I'm getting off track here. For many of us who are going to be getting our Switch 2s earlier throughout this year, I can only imagine how hectic holiday shopping is going to be, and even Black Fridays. How Black Fridays are going to be when people are still trying to get their hands on the Switch 2 then. Because a lot of people are going to wait until the holiday season. A lot of people are. I'm not, though. This is going to be my very first console bought at launch. So, I'm so glad I ain't got to wait until November, because I tried to do that for the PS5. And it wasn't until like February the following year of its release that I was able to get my hands on a PS5 through Amazon, no less. Next day delivery, no less. So this will actually be my first console. Good luck getting the system. What do you mean, good luck getting the system? I've already secured mine. I only got like a little bit more to go, but I've already secured my copy. Yeah, I've already got mine secured. I just need to pick it up when I just need to pick it up when it's time when it's time for me to go get it. I already got my name on one. It's already done. I don't need to worry about good luck getting a system. I just need to be there and show up and pick mine up when it's. I for myself can't make myself give money to Nintendo with the whole Pal World controversy. I can understand it. So let's get back to this. Let's see. Rare originally developed it as a sequel to its NES game RC Pro-Am of 1988, but added Diddy Kong to increase its marketability. It received favorable reviews and sold 4.5 million copies. Two playable characters, Banjo the Bear and Conker the Squirrel, later starred in the Banjo-Kazooie and Conker franchises. In 1997, Rare began working on Donkey Kong 64, my first Donkey Kong game. The first Donkey Kong platform game to feature 3D gameplay, and also the last time we would see a Donkey Kong platforming game until almost 20 years later. Oh, didn't know that. I said good luck since them scalpers. I didn't know you pre-ordered. I did. I already secured mine. I had already secured it because it was something that felt that I really wanted to have. That's what I would consider my really big ticket item, one of my big ticket items for this entire year. So yeah, I already got it. I just need to pick it up when it's time. When it's time, the week after next. Let me say that again. The week after next, it comes out. And I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. So I can't wait. But yeah, I already knocked that out, man. I already knocked that out. Rare began working on Donkey Kong 64, the first Donkey Kong platform game to feature 3D gameplay, and also the last time we would see a game of its kind for almost 20 years. They conceived it as a linear game similar to the Country series, but switched to a more open-ended design using the game engine from their 1998 game Banjo-Kazooie after 18 months. Transitioning Donkey Kong to 3D proved challenging since the technology was still new. The designers could not replicate the detail of Country's pre-rendering on the Nintendo 64, which rendered graphics in real time. I'm just going to say DK64 to save on syllables. DK64 was released in November 1999, accompanied by a US $22 million marketing campaign. It was Nintendo's best-selling game during the 1999 Christmas season and received positive reviews, though critics felt it did not match the revolutionary impact of Donkey Kong Country. I don't know what these critics are talking about. They gave us the DK Donkey Kong rap. I can't think of anything more culturally, revolutionarily impactful than the Donkey Kong DK64 rap. I can't. Honestly, it is timeless. At E3, wow, I miss E3, but at least we have Summer Game Fest. At E3 2001, Nintendo and Rare announced 3 Donkey Kong projects: the GameCube game Donkey Kong Racing, and the Game Boy Advance games Donkey Kong Coconut Crackers and Diddy Kong Pilot. However, development costs were increasing. The Nintendo didn't perform as well as Nintendo's previous console. The Nintendo 64 did not perform as well as Nintendo's previous consoles, and the GameCube was also expected to be a sales disappointment. Rare began looking to be acquired, but Nintendo did not see Rare remaining valuable in the long term and opted against acquiring them. In September 2002, Microsoft acquired Rare for $375 million, making Rare a first-party developer for Xbox. And Xbox would not really use Rare to the fullest of their abilities after that point. Nintendo retained the rights to Donkey Kong under the terms of the acquisition. Good, because Xbox would have butchered Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Racing was cancelled, and Rare reworked Donkey Kong Coconut Crackers and Diddy Kong Pilot into It's Mr. Pants and Banjo Pilot of 2005. It's Mr. Pants. It's Mr. Pants? A puzzle game? Oh, okay. Never heard of that. And Banjo Pilot. Oh, that's also a Game Boy Advance game. 2002 to 2010. After Rare. After Microsoft acquired Rare, Nintendo relegated Donkey Kong spin-offs to spin-offs and guest appearances in its other franchises, such as Mario Kart, Mario Party, and Super Smash Bros. In 2003, Nintendo and Namco released Donkey Konga. Like I said, this was a game I played as a demo in stores but never actually owned myself. A spin-off rhythm game. It was designed for the DK Bongos, a GameCube peripheral that resembles bongo drums. Nintendo of America executive Reggie Fils-Aimé, the legendary Reggie Fils-Aimé, opposed releasing Donkey Konga, concerned it would damage the Donkey Kong brand, but it sold well and received positive reviews. It was followed by Donkey Konga 2 and the Japanese exclusive Donkey Konga 3. I did not even realize that there was a Donkey Konga 2, let alone an exclusive for 3 from Japan. I did not notice at all. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, the first main Donkey Kong game since Donkey Kong 64, was released for the GameCube in 2004. It returned to the Donkey Kong Country style of platforming controlled using the DK Bongos. It was directed by Yoshiaki Koizumi as the debut project of Nintendo EAD Tokyo. Koizumi sought to create an accessible game with a simple control scheme to contrast with more complex contemporary games. It received positive reviews but was a commercial disappointment. A Wii version featuring revised Wii Remote and Nunchuck controls was released in 2008 as part of the new Play Control line, a racing game that used the DK Bongos. Donkey Kong Barrel Blast was developed by Pion for the GameCube but was moved to the Wii with no support for the peripheral. It was released in 2007 to negative reviews, with criticisms for its controls. Despite the acquisition, Rare continued to develop games for Nintendo's handheld consoles since Microsoft did not have a competing handheld. And wouldn't never have one, actually. It developed ports of the country games for the GBA and Diddy Kong Racing for the Nintendo DS, with additional content released between 2003 and 2007. Meanwhile, Pion also developed DK King of Swing for the GBA and DK Jungle Climber for the DS, which blend country elements with puzzle gameplay inspired by Clue Clue Land of 1984. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, a spin-off series that acts as a spiritual successor to the Game Boy Donkey Kong, was developed by Nintendo Software Technology. It began with a 2004 GBA game and continued with the DS sequels March of the Minis. I remember commercials for March of the Minis being on TV. Minis March Again, and Miniland Mayhem. Mario vs. Donkey Kong restored Donkey Kong's villainous role from earlier games. So now, we move into the current time. From 2010 to 2025. In 2008, Miyamoto expressed interest in a Donkey Kong Country revival. The producer Kensuke Tanabe suggested enlisting Retro Studios, which had developed the Metroid Prime series. With Donkey Kong Country Returns, Retro sought to refine classic country elements and introduce mechanics such as surface clinging and simultaneous multiplayer. Returns, the first original country game since Dixie Kong's Double Trouble, was released for the Wii in 2010. It sold 4.21 million copies in under a month and received positive reviews, with critics considering it a return to form for the franchise. You know, when people could say return to form and it was actually a return to form instead of saying return to form in order to dupe people into buying a game thinking that it's going to be a return to form and it's really just the same old slop we've seen before. Assassin's Creed, you use that word all the time. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Am I still smiling? Monster Games developed a Nintendo 3DS version in 2013. This one. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Specifically this one. My games are just falling all over the place because I did some moving around. While a high-definition remaster was released for the Nintendo Switch in 2025, literally, I want to say a month or two ago, Retro developed a sequel, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which for some odd reason I Mandela affected myself into thinking that my sister had it. For years, I thought she had Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, but that was never the case. For the Wii U, the greater processing power allowed for new visual elements, such as lighting and translucency effects, and dynamic camera movement. Tropical Freeze was released in 2014 to favorable reviews, but sold poorly in comparison to returns. Nintendo Life attributed this to the Wii U's commercial failure. It achieved greater success when it was ported to the Switch in 2018, outselling the Wii U version within a week. So, if we go back up here, Donkey Kong Country Returns sold 4.21 million copies in under a month, whereas the Switch version of the game outsold the Wii version, within a week. Within a week! Tropical Freeze remained the most recent major Donkey Kong game for over a decade, though the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series continued with Tipping Stars and Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge for the Wii U and 3DS, and a remake of the GBA game with new levels and cooperative gameplay for the Switch. Nintendo and Vicarious Visions, with consultation from Miyamoto, worked on a Donkey Kong game for the Switch for 6 months, codenamed Freedom. The project was an open-world 3D platformer that emphasized traversal, with grinding on vines as a core mechanic. It was canceled in 2016 after Activision Blizzard, Vicarious Visions' parent company, redirected its developers' focus to the Call of Duty franchise. And we all know how well that franchise is doing right now. Idiots. And now we reach the history of Donkey Kong as it is today. 2025, and my most anticipated game of this entire year. Nintendo Life reported in 2021 that Nintendo Entertainment Planning and Development was working on a Donkey Kong game. In a Nintendo Direct presentation on April 2nd of this year, Nintendo announced Donkey Kong Bananza, the first 3D Donkey Kong platformer since Donkey Kong 64. It is scheduled for release on July 17th for the Nintendo Switch 2. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the history of Donkey Kong, starting all the way back in 1981 and continuing through 2025 with the first 3D platformer since 1994. Or is it 1997? Hold on. 1997. Where is it? 1997. Where is it? Where is it? I saw it over here. Yeah, 1997. It's been a while. It's been a while. So now that we have witnessed the history, and mind you, there's like story and characters that would go on for a while, the gameplay styles, Donkey Kong Country, other games, the music, da 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 da. Yeah, just so much history. Crossovers, let's see, Smash Bros, Mario and Sonic, Skylanders, Superchargers, Ubisoft's Raving Rabbids, all these different games that have been spin-offs for Donkey Kong. Animated series, there was a cartoon, and then there was the 3D animated computer animation cartoon. It was something else. It was definitely something. And then, of course, we had the most recent version of Donkey Kong seen in the Super Mario Bros. Movie with Seth Rogen. being the voice for Donkey Kong in that one. And then, of course, theme parks and loads of merchandise. So here we can check out the sales for Donkey Kong throughout the years. So with 1981 Donkey Kong, sales went from 15.73 million, 1.14 million. Donkey Kong 3 was only 5,000. 1.56 million, 13.31 million, 3.91 million, 5.15 million, 2.35 million, 3.51 million, 1.3 million, 6.47 million, 5.27 million, 1.18 million, 2.49 million. DK King of Swing was 280,000. And we get all the way down to like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze at 6.64 million, with a grand total of 83.96 million copies across Donkey Kong's entire history. Now, of course, this isn't going to be as much as Mario, simply for the fact that, Mario has been way more popular due to how much focus Nintendo has put into it. So, effects on the industry. Let's read this one. The original Donkey Kong is regarded as one of the most important video games of all time. Its success established Nintendo as one of the video games industry's leaders. Computer and video games called Donkey Kong the most momentous game of 1981 as it introduced three important names to the industry: Nintendo, Shigeru Miyamoto, and Mario. Donkey Kong also paved the way for the NES, which rejuvenated the crashed Western game industry and shifted the home console market's dominance from the US to Japan. The NES was largely based on the Donkey Kong arcade hardware. Nintendo took a Donkey Kong arcade cabinet to the semiconductor chip manufacturer Ricoh for analysis, which led to Ricoh producing the NES's picture processing unit. So, Donkey Kong inspired many games, including clones such as Crazy Kong and Hard Hat Mac, that features a mixture of running, jumping, and vertical traversal. These were initially referred to as Donkey Kong type or Kong-style games, but eventually came to be known as platformers. While Donkey Kong was not the first platform game, VG247 wrote it was the first to matter. By establishing the genre's template, without Donkey Kong, platformers would not matter as much. Mind you, they probably would matter, but Donkey Kong made it so that people took notice to platformers in a big way. Furthermore, Donkey Kong's spirited graphics, humor, and contextualization of the gameplay with the story distinguished from contemporary arcade games. Donkey Kong is regarded as the first game to use graphics to tell a story, which Games Radar Plus said provided an unprecedented level of narrative depth. Donkey Kong Country's pre-rendered graphics feature a level of detail unprecedented in console games at the time, and inspired many imitators. It inspired games such as Blue Sky Software's Vector Man, Naughty Dog's Crash Bandicoot, HAL Laboratories' Kirby Superstar, and Traveler's Tales and Sonic Team's Sonic 3D Blast. Country's influence has carried into more modern games such as Mecha-Zoo and K's and the Wild Masks, which don't even have pages, by the way. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation, credited for demonstrating 2D games could remain relevant after the introduction of 3D. Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair, developed by Playtonic Games, whose staff includes includes rare alumni that worked on Country, was noted for its gameplay similarities to Country. The Country games established Rare as a leading video game developer and set the standard for its work. Country originated conventions characteristic of Rare's later output, including an emphasis on collecting items, irreverent humor, visual appeal, and tech demo-like design. Conversely, Donkey Kong 64 has been blamed for precipitating 3D platformers' decline in popularity for its excessive emphasis on collecting items. I can admit that. There was a ton of collecting bananas, there was a ton of collecting coins, and all sorts of different things in that game, so I can understand that. Electronic Gaming Monthly wrote that whereas Super Mario 64 had breathed life into the 3D platforming genre, Donkey Kong 64 had sucked it all out. Jonas Karelev who developed the 3D platformer A Hat in Time, said Donkey Kong 64 gave the genre a reputation for tedium that contributed to a decline in interest. Still love the game, though. And then, of course, we have cultural impact. Donkey Kong is one of the most iconic video game characters, and he has been described as a mascot for both Nintendo and the video game industry. And let's see, the original Donkey Kong is a popular competitive video game, called it the most fiercely contested video game of all time. Achieving the highest score is probably the most coveted arcade game world record. And then I've got these two dudes here. Soundtrack, noted for its active fandom. And everything. Let's see. In the years following the original Donkey Kong's release, the catchphrase "It's on like Donkey Kong" entered pop culture vernacular. The phrase has been used in television series, films, music, and news headlines. It is typically used to say something is going down. Even popularized by Ice Cube. Let's see. Nintendo filed a trademark request for the phrase with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office in 2010 as part of its marketing push for Donkey Kong Country Returns. It was popularized by Ice Cube, but it's unclear if he was the one who coined the phrase. But that's pretty much the information for Donkey Kong as far as like how long this series has lasted and where it first started. So needless to say, there is a ton of things to be thankful for because of Donkey Kong. So now we are about to move on and check out some Donkey Kong. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to check out some Donkey Kong Bonanza because I haven't looked at some of these videos with some of y'all like I really wanted to. So let's see. Let's find this one, and then this one, and then this one.
Welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live with Nintendo Switch. BK.
I'm trying to make sure my buttons are working. Yeah, I want to make sure my buttons are working. Yep, buttons are working. All right.
Welcome back to Nintendo Tree.
Now, can we just talk about this man's afro? This man's afro is perfect. This man has the most perfect afro in the history of the world. This is Rob Boss. This isn't Bob Ross. This is Rob Boss. This man has the perfect afro!
Treehouse Live with Nintendo Switch 2. I'm Sam. I'm here with BK, and DK because we are going to be looking at Donkey Kong Bonanza. I am so excited, an all-new 3D adventure with Donkey Kong. BK, let's just jump right in.
Yeah, why waste any time? Yeah, we're going to just start out right at the beginning of this section here.
This is pretty much the first thing you see when you start the game.
Yeah. He's finally here. You've all been waiting so long.
I just love this look for DK. He looks amazing.
So all of his imposing, yet so cute at the same time.
Yeah. So this is
So before I get started, let me take care of this. Let me blow my nose real quick. All right, we're back. Let's continue.
This first little section, I want to spend a minute talking about some of the new controls DK has in this game, because he's a lot more action-oriented in this game in a very hands-on way, as you might be seeing me. He punched through walls here, forming the area around me here.
As you might imagine, one of the big sort of elements of DK
I need y'all to understand that, one, I can honestly look at these videos all the time. I need y'all to understand just how much the kid Q is screaming to play this. Just, hey, you're in a cave. I don't know why the... I don't know why the YouTube app keeps stopping on my phone here, so I can't see you guys. But just... y'all don't know. I'm not a hard man to please. I'm not difficult to please. I'm not difficult to satisfy when it comes to games and whatnot. If you have something that I like with the gameplay, hey, that's fine. That's all I really need at the end of the day. But when I see this and I'm thinking, and family's here with food. Hold on. Let me grab that. And I can eat and talk to you guys at the same time. Hold on once again. All right, sorry about that, everybody. Food took longer than expected for me to grab, because I was telling my family about the history of Donkey Kong downstairs. But seeing this, I'm thinking, one, playing as Donkey Kong is already cool. playing as Donkey Kong in a game where you can basically destroy everything? Hey, I'm just gonna drop you in this cave. Figure how to get out. And you can basically just destroy everything?
His strength.
Yeah.
And that's on full display here.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing about this game is almost everything around you is destructible. So
Well, and we just saw you rip up a chunk of the terrain too and use that to cause more havoc. So
Like just if you're having
possibilities.
if you're having a bad day, you just boot up this game and just destroy an entire cavern. Just carve it out. And you get paid? You get paid to destroy stuff?
These are endless here.
yeah, and you can pretty much just rip a chunk off of everything as I've just done here. So once you have a chunk, you can play around to your heart's content.
Right, so here in this segment, we're really going to be looking at some of the first areas that you see in the game. And to kind of set up where we are and what we're doing here, some rumors have started to spread of this material sprouting up on this island, Ingot Isle, and it's called banandium. And it forms as this gold, but also in these banandium gems that you can see here that are shaped like bananas.
And pretty tasty.
It must also be delicious because DK loves to eat it.
That's one of my other favorite things. We're getting a little bit more info about golden bananas here, and a little more about banandium gold. Don't mix them up. Do not mix up gold and banandium gold. One is edible.
I can't wait to, some of these characters are not going to be fully voiced. I can't wait to do the voices for some of these characters. I can't wait to just do, "Whoa, DK!
The other's not.
So we're talking.
You look pleased as punch. You must have dug up one of those golden bananas.
I can't wait to do some of these voices for some of these characters. I can't wait! It's going to be fun. Let's continue.
To this prospector monkey over here, just kind of giving us a quick explanation of what we're doing here and why. What else do we need to know then? We need to let's find more bananas. That was pretty tasty.
High five, bud. Yeah, now that we're in an open area here, I want to show off a couple more of his moves. DK's got a roll. Roll is back. You can also do a roll and a jump.
Nice.
Those moves are back. You can also spin, which I like. Especially good with his little headlamp,
With his
on there.
headlamp, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a disco party.
Yeah, it's like a little dance party. Oh, you know what? One other thing I want to show off really quick is how the chunks interact with each other. Sam, you want to talk about that for a minute?
Yeah. So he's just torn a chunk out of the ground there, but as you can see, it's sort of this soft material. And if you go into your throwing stance there, you can see that as you start to target different things, it not only tells you what that material is, but how strong it is and gives you a little bit of its properties. So if you want to throw that there, you can see that what you picked up is this muddy, soft chunk, right? So it sort of sticks
right
to the wall.
Yeah.
And if you go and pick up something a little harder, so if you grab a chunk out of the wall there, so now you've got something tough.
Oh. Hit that
You
sign
can
there.
destroy elements
let me
of
try
the
that again.
terrain
Hang
as
on.
well
Take
with
two.
your dirty terrain.
So
Okay.
now you can actually break apart the wall when you throw that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and one other thing about bananium gold I like a lot is it's actually brimming with energy. It's enough to power DK.
You love Mario, but you're more of a DK fan? Ain't nothing wrong with that. DK has needed a moment like this for years. Decades, even. He's needed this. Ever since Super Mario had an Odyssey game, Donkey Kong needed his.
Okay, certainly.
Yeah, look at the little sparks coming off of
But
it.
when you throw a chunk of it, it's highly explosive.
Stay away.
Very fun to play with in a
Yeah.
controlled setting.
You know what? Since I've already kind of made a dent in this wall, I actually want to show off how many cool hidden things there are. Like there's this little hidden alcove back here. You would never know it's back here. It's just a surprise to find by destroying the environment around you.
This stuff is everywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna call this the chill out room for a second.
And you just saw BK slapping the ground. That's the hand slap move. It kind of allows you to pick up a lot of the dropped collectibles that are around you at once, so you don't have to run around collecting them individually, which is really nice. Because as you can see, there's lots of gold and stuff hiding in the walls that you can
We're picking up tiny chunks of vanadium gold. We're picking up vanadium chips.
Yeah, I don't know if I said this earlier, but the rumors have started to spread of this vanadium material appearing on Ingot Isle. So DK and these prospector monkeys have descended upon the isle to try and collect as much of this stuff as they can.
Making friends here in the mines. Yeah,
I
it's
love
cool
these monkeys.
It's cool to see these other guys out here staking their claim, trying to earn their fortune. And, DK's doing the same, but he's more interested in eating them than he is anything else. Pick up some more stuff here.
Yeah.
Some more of vanadium
If
gold.
anything remains consistent about DK, it is his love for bananas.
Yeah, one other handy thing is that DK can't be harmed by any of these explosions.
I love that. Hey, I'm going to take this piece of rock, hold it close, and then smack it into a wall. No self-damage whatsoever. Love it.
Thank goodness.
And thank goodness, because it's going to be causing a lot of them.
Got a tough skin.
And we can also smash our way through these crystals here, pick up more of those vanadium chips. Oh,
We have found our prize.
That prospector monkey is really happy about it.
So is DK. Look at him.
his every face he makes in this game is
So expressive.
Eat it up, bud. You deserve it.
Delicious.
So we're gonna keep working our way down here in this mine. DK is no stranger to mines, of course, but it's nice to see him doing it a little bit more full time. Oh yeah, you can also pick up chunks of varying size. Like everything kind of changes deforms in a different way. So let's see if I can actually cause some extra havoc here for a second with this extra long chunk of.
Look at that.
Oh, and some walls are a little tougher, so there's some handy devices here to help you through. I can't actually just punch down this thing, so a special dive punch is required to really kick this thing off.
I love
Look
it.
at
It's
all
so
of that.
satisfying,
Yeah.
right?
I want those. I want those.
Get it, get
Yeah,
it, get
there's
it.
the hand slap.
Right, yeah. So you can use the hand slap to kind of collect a lot of the gold that collects around you.
Right, and there are also some switches and things up ahead that interact with the hand slap, and you can cause the terrain to change in different ways.
Those geysers are so satisfying.
Hand slap also affects some things in the world around you.
Yes.
Which I think is cool. Like it just caused that vanadium gold to appear there out of nowhere. Ugh. Yeah. Ooh, another geyser.
Get it.
Good use of it. Yeah.
Yes.
I cannot emphasize enough how satisfying it is to play this game. The jingle janglies are good. The smashing is good.
I spend way
collectibles
too
are
much
good.
time just collecting gold.
Yeah, you're gonna be doing a lot of that.
Well, and there are so many, like we saw earlier, hidden passages and like rooms to discover through the walls. If you just basically punch anywhere in a wall, you can find something hidden there, and it's really satisfying.
Yeah.
So what makes this an incredibly fun game that is going to be fun to go through is the fact that them just breaking through a wall, there's a chance you have like a whole hidden room, maybe tons of items that you can get your hands on. So this game will encourage you to destroy everything that you see. And I don't know if it's just me, but when an environment is completely destructible, you tend to spend a copious amount of time trying to figure out what can be destroyed and what can't, and how much can you destroy before the game decides, you know what, let's go ahead and reset. Even though technically, there's a button for you to reset the destruction you cause within a map. So if you've pretty much rendered an entire area devoid of any rock or stone whatsoever, with a hit of a button, you can just reset it all and put it all back into place so you can start destroying stuff all over again if you wanted to. So I just like what they did here.
And speaking of hidden things,
Yeah, you can see how that hand slap also works as kind of a sonar system, and it was giving you the silhouette of a hidden vanadium gem in there.
3 in a row. But DK's
We're having
appetite
some
is
good
ever-
luck in this mine, DK.
Yeah, we're gonna keep working our way through here. Let's see what's behind this big wall.
You surprised a monkey.
It's freaking out.
Okay, bud, relax.
Sorry, buddy.
Ooh, I see some chips back there. So let's see. I can't actually. This is too hard for me to smash through, but luckily the ground is not. The ground is rarely ever.
Yeah, but the environments are highly destructible. You could have gotten through here a different way.
Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna leave my way.
Right.
Yeah.
This game really encourages you to think outside the box.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to get to things.
Right.
Most of them involve smashing.
There's a door. There was a gate there, and you just made your own door. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, we can see outside.
It looks like a storm is on the way. Hope everybody's gonna be okay.
That should be
Pretty good.
fine, right?
What yes? Yeah, here's another one of those devices that have cracked this wall
Your
open for me.
destruction.
Ooh, look at all that.
Oh, we see our first enemies in the game here.
And these little buggy monsters came out of nowhere, so we're gonna make sure they don't get near any of our gold. Go up here. Get out of there. It's mine.
I like these because they drop chunks that you can then use on all of their friends.
Yeah.
Look at all this.
Oh my gosh. If you ever needed catharsis, this is where you come. Look at this.
This is pretty much just an entire hall to play with.
Yep.
Ooh, but I see something big waiting up there for me, so.
No, that's ridiculous. All this gold. Look at all of this gold. I'm mining all of it. Before I move on, I am going to mine all this gold. So I hope y'all are ready for like the first couple of minutes of me playing this. When I get to this room, I'm just taking all of that gold for myself. I'm just gonna destroy it all. I'm just gonna destroy it all.
Yeah.
Look at all this.
Oh my gosh. If you ever needed catharsis, this is where you come. Look at this.
This is pretty much just an entire hall to play with.
Yep.
Ooh, but I see something big waiting up there for me, so.
Well, you're not going to collect all this?
I mean, if it's shaped like a banana, I don't want to prioritize that. Oh, and you can see Ingot Isle back there, so that's kind of where we're
at.
starting out in this adventure. This is where DK has come to find his edible fortune, so to speak. So yeah, we're just gonna make sure we get started eating all these bananas here. Oh no! Oh no!
Storm's picking up, DK.
Yeah, that must be the storm they were talking about. It seems like a pretty powerful storm.
Oh no, the bananas.
Yeah, those bananas being taken from us.
Another consistent theme.
Yeah, so this is our first glimpse of the primary antagonist force actively stealing these bananas from DK. Oh, hang on, bud.
Things never seem to go
Hanging
his
on by the
way.
seat of his pants.
Not anymore.
And there goes the seat of his pants. Oh, there he goes.
No.
Our hero, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like he's getting caught up in this big storm here. And there goes Ingot Isle.
I hesitate to call this a storm.
More of an unnatural disaster.
Right.
Yeah. Progress. We call it progress.
We
And
call
that
it
rock
plot
has
development.
jets at the bottom of it. That was intentional. That wasn't.
You okay, DK?
That wasn't an accident.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, everything's great.
got a
Look,
thick
there's
skin.
there's a massive hole in the ground.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll cover that right up. Just put a rug over it.
After
Definitely
that,
not
you'll
getting
be
a
one
screen
rich
deposit.
gorilla. Oh yeah, DK is gonna be mad rich once
That's
I
one
clear
way
out
to
that
find
whole
a lot of
room.
bananas quickly, though, or lose a lot of bananas quickly, I guess.
It looks like we lost pretty much all of them all when we go here.
Of course,
We're gonna check
if
on DK
DK
here,
starts
see if he's
moving
okay.
and we see that his count is all the way down, then there may not be much point for me to go through that whole room and
In there,
destroying
bud?
it.
Of course
There he is.
There he is.
This is a little worse for wear, but
But
Doing
still,
better. He's doing great.
you know, he's all right. Oh, the animations are so good.
so I've been doing a lot of punching forward and punching down using the Y and B buttons. Now I'm going to do some punching upward to break my way out of this boulder.
Nice work.
Thank you very much. Oh, and then we're actually going to keep punching upwards to
Nope.
smash these.
He keeps his gold. All that gold that he got for himself, he gets to keep it. Which means we will be clearing out that whole room. We're clearing it out.
Crystals above me.
So the way I see it, already I have in my head how to take all of that gold, skillfully without worrying too much about missing any. So first things first, you would grab a piece, throw it at the roof. The explosion will take out the roof part. And you keep doing that until the roof is cleared. Then you use any remaining pieces to get the walls. And once you get the walls, then you just smash the rest that's on the floor. And that way you'll pretty much get the majority of it. That's my plan. That's my plan. Take out the roof, then the walls, and then the floor. I'm going to remember it too. That's how I'm going to get way more than 1,700 and 1,074.39 pieces of gold or whatever they call it.
I'm gonna work my way out of this cave in here, see if we can't. Oh, hey guys, good. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna save some of our.
You gotta
friends
check
here.
on your buds.
Yeah, give him the old thumbs up. Take care of this guy right here.
Looks like we are pretty deep underground at this point.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You love the
there
new
you go.
design for him? So do I. I love it too. It's way more expressive than the last one. People seem to, some people, and I'm not going to generalize and say like everyone has a problem with it, but some people had a problem with this redesign saying like, why doesn't he look like he did originally? And I'm like, Mario and Luigi, they don't look the exact same as they have because their designs have been slightly changed as well. But with Donkey Kong, he's had the same look since the 1990s. The same exact look since the 1990s. So this new redesign, sure, some of it may be partially inspired because of his look in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, but it's a welcome change because with the new technology that we have for video games, it means that we can get a way more expressive Donkey Kong and way more than we did originally. That means new animations, new ways to breathe more life, new life into Donkey Kong with these newer games. So I love his new design because it's about time for Donkey Kong to get a whole new coat of paint. I'm so happy.
You're all right, bud. Worked our way out of here. Don't worry. I think DK's probably strong enough.
He's not strong enough.
Oh, good. Ingodile's just fine. Everybody's okay.
Does it have a new hat on it? Or was that there before?
Oh yeah, we're pretty far down here.
We're deep under here.
Yeah. Oh, looks like stuff's still falling down after us.
Something is joining us.
Yeah.
Something screaming?
It's just a screaming rock. I'm sure it's perfectly normal.
Perfectly normal.
Yeah,
As
so-
normal as, being pushed down into this hole.
Yeah, so we're going to explore this larger area here. One other thing I want to check right away is, DK can climb on most surfaces in this game, so I'm sure we should be able to just climb our way right out of here.
Not quite. Not
So
quite.
most, but not all.
Yeah, I'm also going to try, maybe if I just get a little higher up, I can chunk jump by using a chunk of terrain to get higher up. Doesn't seem to be doing the trick.
Nope.
You know what, as long as we're down here, I'll show off another cool thing you can do with chunks. So while I have this chunk, I can actually turf surf on it.
Yeah.
And use it to get around. Yeah, these things start to whittle away over time. You can see the chunk is slowly
It's getting smaller, yeah.
smaller
Getting
and smaller.
smaller.
But I can speed up the Y button here and use this to zip around some of these areas a little faster.
And it's worth noting that the strength of the terrain that you use to turf surf depends, or it how long the chunk lasts is based
That's
on
right,
the
yeah.
strength of the terrain.
Good job, bud. I guess I'm calling him Bud. He's my favorite in this game.
He's
How are
He's
these guys doing?
These guys are doing okay. I'm a little more interested in this barrel cannon. It's come down with us.
Yeah.
It's good to see a barrel cannon again. We're going to blast our way up here. Try and make our way back up further to Baboom Town. See if everybody else is all right. But first, I'm going to try and clear these thorns. Ow. Which clearly hurts DK.
That's-
Instead, we're going to pick up Chunk.
sorry, buddy.
Clear out this area here. So you can see, yeah.
If thorns are
chunks of
getting on your
terrain come in
nerves,
very handy,
join
including
DK's
eliminating hazards.
Well, and
landscaping
you can also
business.
turf surf
Pick
on
up a
top of them,
rock,
too if you need
Yeah,
any.
that's
Chop
true.
away
If
at
I
some
really wanted
bush.
to, I could just turf surf on top of hazards like this using a chunk of terrain. As long as I'm watching to make sure that it doesn't whittle
It does-
away
right.
over time. You can also do little things like that. Easily knock out things around you. Pick it back up.
Yeah, you lost a little bit of health when you punched those vines.
Yeah, luckily those apples.
Yeah, you got some apples and you restored it.
We're gonna take this other barrel cannon here, blast our way back up. We'll meet some more friends. I want to check out on this guy. How you doing, bud?
Sure did.
So this is our introduction to a new kind of hazard here, voided terrain.
Yeah, go up there and try and whack it.
As you can see, this is not smashable, which is quite annoying for DK, as most of them have been easily
You gotta
smashable.
appreciate, though, the work ethic of these monkeys.
I like it.
Like,
They're gonna
look at
keep
this
at
one
it.
with the pickaxe.
Never mind that it's impossible.
He
He's
can't
gonna
make a
keep-
dent, but he's
yeah.
gonna keep trying.
Gonna
See,
keep trying.
this voided terrain seems to be coming from this device over here. So if I just smash this, that might take care of it. Unfortunately, this thing looks pretty well protected itself. Can't seem to smash it, can't seem to make a dent, no
So
matter how hard I hit.
I know they're going through the efforts of just showing off the game here and there. Ugh. I know they're going through the efforts of showing the game off and everything, but I am going to explore every single inch of this place. It will be a nice session once I start playing this game, but I will be exploring every inch of this place.
Hit.
But we are close to where that thing fell down.
Yeah, you're right. I think it fell down over here, so we're gonna go check and see what that screaming rock is about.
Everyone seems curious, but not brave enough to go check it out themselves.
Luckily, DK is here. DK
They
knows.
wouldn't get anything done if not for DK.
Hello? Just gonna see. If we can get
Keep
this
trying,
thing out of
buddy.
here.
You can do it.
One more big fall.
There we go.
Good job, DK. That's a fast rock. Okay, you guys, okay.
Well, that was a rough beginning.
No, don't need to tell me twice. As prompted, I'm going to go follow that talking rock and see what's up.
A little suspicion about a giant Kong that has ripped you out of the ground is maybe warranted.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
warranted.
I mean, you saw his face.
I take care of more of these guys. In fact,
I would have run away too.
pick up one of these. See if I can. Oh. You know what? I'm going to take out this last guy. I swirl that thing around. There we
Nice
go.
one.
Cleared out the area.
Did you destroy it with its own chunk?
I did. With hitting yourself. Oh, unfortunately, I think we also scared this talking rock, so. Come on, DK, use that entire brain of yours. We can figure out a way to soothe this thing.
Is he using his brain or his stomach?
Why not both?
Yeah. So,
Oh.
I think it's working.
Now it's a dancing rock.
The cutest dancing rock you've ever seen.
You the one who saved me?
You could call it that.
I want to go with you.
I don't know about all this. I don't know about all this. We didn't ask for a sidekick.
Oh.
Looks like this odd rock is coming with you whether you like it or not.
Yeah, welcome aboard, Odd Rock.
See, This level of animation with his face couldn't have been done with the previous model of DK. I mean, it could have, but it fits better with the redesign. Because imagine the original design of Donkey Kong, which one, rarely had teeth. Two, his toes and fingers and toes were basically just solid squares attached to his feet. This look for DK is better. I love the classic look, I do. But this look is better. It'd be funny if they gave a skin for this version of DK and it was his original look from like Donkey Kong 64 or from like the Donkey Kong Country days. That'd be funny. That way people would shut up about it. But this new design for DK is perfect. It's fine. It is perfectly fine.
Yeah, so now we can use the power of Oddrock's voice, which is pretty handy.
Music might help. Can you whistle?
Yeah, we calmed it down by making music with it. We whistled for it. So as we know, music is very important in the world of DK. And here, another example of that. Now, Oddrock and I together can actually make music together and create a path to guide us where we're supposed to go next. So that's one easy way to keep track of where you're supposed to be going as you are punching literally everything around you.
Yeah, especially
performing
if
things.
you are deep in the terrain, making your own pathways.
Yeah.
This will bring you back out.
Yeah, there we go. Just gonna work our way back up here. You know what? I actually want to
Yeah.
smash these crystals.
All the gold.
Don't pass things by.
Yeah, just can't
Smash
resist.
everything.
So we're gonna work our way
Now,
back
why
up.
they say that after bypassing the giant gold hallway? Don't pass it by, smash everything. Where was this mentality when y'all was in the giant room full of gold?
Here. Hi guys. That was fine. Now, as prompted, Oddrock just had a suggestion here that I liked a lot. So we're gonna make music here in front of this thing, which actually frees it up.
Now we can punch it.
Thank goodness. And now that
Nice.
thing is out of the way, the avoided terrain is finally taken care of. So
So we can ride in the barrel.
Get to the
Yeah.
barrel cannon.
that's just one example of how you and Oddrock are going to be working together throughout the course of this game to make progress as a team.
Look at it running
You
along.
can see they're a pretty good team together, yeah. Yeah, so we still need to check on that Boomtown though. So
Yeah,
we'll
let's
make sure
look.
everybody else is okay. See if those fellow miners of ours are all right. Check out Baboom Town. There's a lot of stuff here to do. There's a lot of fun stuff waiting for us up here. So of course, I think that's where we're going to end our segment for today. Sorry, everybody at home. Yeah, we do have another segment coming up in just a little bit here. We're going to show off a little bit more of DK Bonanza in a later area. But that is the end of this introduction segment. That's where we're going to stop it for now.
All right. Thank you so much, BK and K. That was Donkey Kong Bonanza. But next up, we're going to be taking a look at Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. So stay tuned. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, now
Hey everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live. Nintendo
we're gonna check out
Switch 2.
another one.
Once again, I am Demetrius, and I'm joined here with BK and K. Together we make D and K. You get it? You get it? All right.
It was meant to be.
So what we're going to be showing off again is Donkey Kong Bonanza with a little bit of exploration. So why don't we talk about what we're doing right now, BK?
Well, okay, so we are starting out in a different section of the game here compared to that earlier segment we played, which was in Ingot Isle in the introduction. This is a little later on in the Lagoon layer.
Yes.
The lagoon layer. So we are underground, farther than we were before. It's beautiful down here.
As always,
So I
really
can't
looks
waste
cool.
any time. I gotta
Yeah,
get these bananas.
you got. He's a hungry boy. He needs his bananas.
Yeah, it was 3 in a row there. You'd think that would fill up his belly, but no, he's always hungry. One thing
Now, real quick. This is a very vibrant stage, okay? This is very nice. This is a completely polar opposite to us being underground and surrounded by dark gray rocks and black rocks and all sorts of different things. This is an incredibly vibrant looking stage. Not only that, but we also have DK's OG look. Him just having his red tie. So for those wondering, no, they put pants on him, which is probably no longer the case for people since this video's been out for a month now. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to have different outfits for DK. But I know for me, I'm probably just going to stick with the classic Thai look. Because sure, he has pants with one look, he has like a worker hat for another, but it's the one where it's just his tie. That's the classic look for me. And I don't think I'll deviate from it. Unless I'm looking at other skins, I'm probably just going to stick with the tie look because it's the tie is timeless.
I want to talk about early. We also talked about this in the earlier segment if you missed it, but there's all these hidden pockets everywhere in all the different layers and levels of this game,
Right.
including this one. So I want to go ahead and demonstrate that now. Like we can actually just go ahead and punch our way down here.
Yes, we really
And away
want
we
to.
go.
We really want to stress how important it is and how fun it is to just dig tunnels wherever you can, because you never know what is waiting
Ooh, yeah.
for
Speaking
you.
of,
Perfect. You
Little
found
pocket right
something.
here.
Yeah.
There we go.
break through the floor here.
There we go.
All right.
Waiting behind door number 1.
Just
Hey,
think about how long this
banana.
took to make for them to create all these hidden corridors.
4 bananas in a row.
Make it
If
so
you wanna
that it
play
could
along
work
at
so
home,
everyone
make sure
could
you
enjoy
get
it.
one full
Just
banana
think about
for every
that.
banana.
Well,
that you
we're
get.
off to a good start because our objective
Yeah.
in the top left corner of the screen is to find bananas. So we've already made
Yeah.
good progress on
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
So I'm pressing L to make music, which is pointing me back up above. So I better head back up there using this conveniently placed barrel cannon.
All right. And
There we are.
We started.
And now we have a quick shortcut in case I need to get back down there.
That's great. That's great.
I should probably actually follow this path, though.
Yeah, so we've got some buzzoids hanging out up
Yes.
here, and they're throwing chunks at you, which is not very fun.
Yeah, hang on, I'm gonna give him a taste of his own medicine.
There we
Nice.
go.
There you go.
Wow, and he took out a piece of the terrain with
Yeah,
him.
I like that because it shows that all these enemies can also deform the terrain around you.
That
like
is a giant chunk of stone you've got there.
like that. Bye.
Really helpful. Did you punch upwards? For
I
that?
sure did.
Oh my gosh.
I just
Look
love
at
the
that.
animation of this. It's so good.
I think that one could last you the entire level if you wanted.
Here's okay. So since I'm holding this convenient giant chunk of stone, this concrete slab here is actually too tough for DK to punch right through on his own. So I'll need to pick up this chunk of stone. You can see how this material interacts with each other.
Wow, it's
Oh.
even too strong for the stone.
Chunk off the wall there.
You did do some damage though.
This
It's
is
gonna take one
strong.
more. Here we go.
There
we
we
go. That did
go.
the trick. Good job, DK.
That was satisfying.
Well, come down. Oh, so there's another convenient little door here to punch through, and I got a fossil hidden on the other side of it. So yeah, you really have to explore every part of these layers and levels.
There are collectibles hidden everywhere.
And you can see how there's just different shapes and sizes of everything, so it's so great. You can just go and explore it all.
I like
Can we
that.
also just
See, this is the type of game I could play for hours. On end. Both on stream and off stream. This is the type of game I could play for hours and just enjoy nothing but smashing stuff and getting materials. Just this, I am so grateful to live in a time where I get to look forward to a brand new Donkey Kong game that plays like this. I'm so incredibly happy.
just take a moment to appreciate the level design here? Like, can we play a game of how many monkeys we can find?
Oh, please. Yeah, there's so much love
look at
and
that
attention
little
to detail
guy.
all over the
Yeah,
place. Yeah.
absolutely.
See how many things you can track around here that look like monkeys. Speaking of, these two look like monkeys. Hello.
Well, these are actually
Yeah.
salvager monkeys.
Let me say hello.
All right. Don't take kindly to outsiders.
Animals live here, underground,
Don't be scared, Hot Rock.
but they are very friendly.
That might be a generalization, Odd Rock.
Yeah, we just got here.
We just got here and talked to one monkey. Let's
Let's
keep an
chill.
open mind.
Yeah, so Odd Rock suggested go down there, but before we do that, I actually want to take a look around and actually get a sense of our bearings. If you follow this water spout here in the lagoon layer, if we follow that all the way up, you can actually see
Wow.
that is not the sky at all. We were actually under the seafloor, and that is the ocean.
Just look at how good that looks. Look at how good that looks. This is a Switch game. Mind you, it's a Switch 2 game, but look at how good that looks. Ah! I can't wait. I can't wait.
slowly dripping down into this layer, which is a pretty clear sign that we're actually deep underground right now. You can see we actually probably fell through that hole up above, which is where we landed earlier. So this is all an underground layer of the planet, and we're gonna explore and smash as much of this as we
keep
can.
going.
Yeah, let's keep finding more
Actually,
bananas.
you know what? I want to get down there in style, so I'm gonna.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Around.
this.
Do
This
some
is so
turf
cool.
surfing.
Some turf surfing here.
Turf
Oh yeah,
surf.
look at that.
I want to explore a little bit. I want to get a
Do
good sense
some
of what's around here.
mow some lawns while you're at it.
Yeah, get a little more vanadium gold.
All right.
Yeah, then I'll rip off a chunk. Like, again, you could just pretty much pull a chunk out of almost anywhere, any surface, any wall, the ground.
Never get tired of seeing his face like that.
It's pretty much all I've been doing is turf surfing. When I
It's
do
easy to
this.
switch between the two as well, so I'm going to use that to go ahead and hit this checkpoint here.
All right.
And
Good
I
luck-
see
good luck, bud.
an ominous sparking block of terrain
Oh, this is
material.
fun. Yeah,
One of my favorite things to do.
we're going to grab a chunk of this boom rock here, which is what this material is called. Can you guess what it does? Yeah, you can see it crackling with energy. I'm going to aim at this wall right here.
Conveniently
throw there.
Pretty
target.
much take it out.
Conveniently placed
Yeah.
target.
Oh, and there's a treasure chest. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Again, being rewarded for destroying as much of the terrain as possible.
Yeah. There's another door right there that I could be able to punch through, but you know what? Since we have boom
Blow
rock
it up.
convinced,
Let's
I
do it
want
in
to
style.
knock a little harder. Ooh, goodies. Sorry.
I think. Is there something else back there?
Yeah, quick
Yeah.
hand slap to pick up those.
Yeah, we see an opening.
collectibles
Go
there.
down there. There we
Oh
go.
my goodness.
Remember, you have to eat a whole banana at home if you're playing along.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Please
don't.
exploring everywhere.
Very good. Oh, I
at
want to take a
those
minute to
water
enjoy DK taking a quick dip here underwater. Hey, you know, it's
Looks
important
wonderful.
to rinse
He's a good
off.
swimmer.
Yeah. Always wash your fruit, everybody. Yeah, so we can punch her. Ooh!
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Thought you could get the upper hand on me, huh? There we go.
Never.
That ought to do it. I'm going to go back and grab one more chunk of boom rock here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks like some stuff we could use again.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Make our way over there.
Actually, you know what? I want to use it on the concrete wall, but I
I
also
was
want that
gonna say.
fossil real bad. Just going to use
There
that
we
to collect
go.
that
Oh my
really
There's a
God.
boom rock right there. That's what you
Yeah.
use. Yeah.
and take out
Blow
that
it all
concrete
up?
wall there too.
Yes.
That
Okay,
was
another
a
piece of
lot
treasure?
easier than using the stone to chip away at it.
Yeah, and
That's
like-
for sure.
Oh.
You just keep going here. You can really wreak havoc. You can really punch your way through so much of this terrain. Really leave your personal mark on all surrounding
Yeah,
environments.
it's
And
like,
it's-
why go forward when you can go all the way around? That's just me. I just destroy it all. There's like nothing left.
And it's worth mentioning that the destruction
that's
that
gonna
you're
be me.
wreaking is
I'm gonna
lingering,
destroy
it's
everything.
persisting.
Yeah, actually, you want
Yes.
to see something pretty cool? If I take a minute here and I go to the map screen, you can actually see all the destruction we're causing is reflected in real time in the map, which I think is the coolest way to keep track of just how much you're smashing and breaking as you go along. Even that door that I knocked there, you can see through that all the way into where we were. So these fully 3D maps are keeping track of what you're doing. I think that is such a cool touch.
It really is.
Yeah.
There's so much more to destroy.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. We should get
One
to it.
way to make your mark on the world, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, let's
Make
knock
our
on
way
this
there.
door. Well, take care of that.
Not too shabby.
Thanks, bud. High five.
Wow, you gonna high five him like that too?
I'm gonna grab more boom rock here. Can never get enough boom rock. Really appreciate boom rock. Yeah.
Here we go.
See if I can aim. Take care of
Right in
this.
the middle.
Turn style. Made
Hey,
concrete
well
here.
done.
Thank you.
One way to solve your problem.
I like being thorough, though. We're gonna go ahead and
I
take care of all these.
appreciate that.
Yeah, take care of you too. There you go. Quick hand slap to collect.
All right. Was there anything
Oh,
else? Oh,
I
oh,
see
So,
banana.
yeah, hand slap again is a quick way to get a sense of what's hiding in the terrain around you.
let's get through that wall.
You can see there's a concrete doorway there that I could punch through with boom rock. I could blow that up if I wanted.
could do that.
But I like doing things like a Kong, so
You are missing the gold fountain this way, though. I have to point it out.
but I got to my snack faster. So
Yes.
Less effort.
well done. DK. Okay, yeah, let's do some more
Tunneling.
terraforming here.
Yeah.
Let's smash our way through this terrain, see what just waits on the other side of this wall.
A treasure chest.
treasure chest.
How fortuitous.
Punching my way through here. Yeah, you really are free to carve your own path through some of these layers and levels. Exploration and destruction are kind of the same thing in this game.
So, let me tell you why I am so excited for this particular game. Let me exit out of that. And that. I am incredibly excited for this game is because Many of you know I have played a game called Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. Now, back when I played a ton on my PS2, that game was everything to me. From jumping around maps, destroying everything, and I highly desired games where I could basically destroy everything I wanted. Now, of course, there have been some games where in the past I was capable of destroying certain things, but they didn't give me that sense of just utter satisfaction when it came to destroying things, unless it was like Red Faction Guerrilla to a certain degree, and blowing stuff up with dynamite in Minecraft's creative mode, just tunneling deep into the earth, lining it up with dynamite, and then setting fire to one piece to just watch it all cascade and blow out an entire giant chunk of the world by means of the dynamite. And mind you, there have been some games that do it right. There have been some games that do it wrong. The thing that gets me about this is that, one, Nintendo not only understood the assignment, but they decided, you know what? Instead of making a game where you could destroy something and then it procedurally regenerates itself when you get it from a far distance away, no, we're going to make it so that the damage persists the entire time. We have hidden items all over the map that you're going to have to either dig into the ground for, destroy entire mountains for, or just find in all these different locations. And it looks like it plays so smoothly as well. On a Switch? Yes! Yes!
Game, which I really enjoy.
You're making your way through here now.
Another day in the mines.
And you are getting rewarded for destroying the
I think
shrine
I've
as you
struck,
go
I've
through.
struck
There's
land.
treasure.
Lots of treasure chests and
Get on out of
gold.
here.
Oh my gosh.
Go. Fresh air. There we go.
All the way around.
And this is
You can
just
see
one
I just dug
area.
my way through that entire wall over there. Actually, let me get higher up here. and
This
get
is
some
just
principal
one
surround.
place.
That's a good idea.
Come up here. Kind of see what's awaiting. I actually want to go to that hill over there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Whee!
See what awaits us over in this area. That's a
So
convenient
much.
path for me to follow. Yeah, there's so much more hiding over here up just on the
There's a
top.
little
See,
crab.
I had so much fun. I had so much fun playing Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I had so much fun playing through it that with this being a true 3D adventure where I could just like turn the camera around, it's not in a fixed position like Kirby games are, but I could just go to the top of a mountain, turn the camera around, and I get to see a whole area that I get to mess with and destroy. And there's multiple different stages with varying intensity, varying designs, all sorts. Like, this is all I need. Mind you, I'm going to get Borderlands 3 as well. But this is essentially all I need.
Oh, I think I see somebody.
All right.
I really don't need any other Switch game other than possibly Metroid Prime 4 and Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. That's it. I don't need no other Switch 2 games. I don't need no other Switch 2 games.
We're
So
visiting
now we
over
have
there.
something new.
Oh
yeah.
On the other side of this shifty stone,
Yeah,
And now
Shifty
it's gonna
Stone
turn
is
out.
cool. Shifty Stone
aptly named.
turns
For
into
real.
whatever I throw at it. It's a great little platform. So it is time though, so I better keep moving.
Yeah, it will go away, so you have to be careful. And look who he is.
Hello,
Cranky
Cranky
Kong!
Cranky Kong.
Let's say hi to Cranky here.
Look whose big hairy mug finally turned up.
I don't think I've ever done the voice for Cranky Kong in a Donkey Kong game before. Actually, you know what? I never did because I didn't start doing voices until several chapters into reacting to One Piece on the channel. Because beforehand, I never did voices before. But I started doing voices after I started reading a couple of chapters of One Piece on the channel. And now I feel like I need to add a voice to everyone. Even though no one's going to be speaking English,
I'm gonna be the one who speaks English for all you young whippersnappers out there. Oh, look whose big hairy mug finally turned up. Knock that off! It's me, Cranky! Are you so dense you forgot your own family?
Do you have to exasperate him like that?
It's fun.
Listen up and listen good. It'd serve you well to know this.
You know what? He's probably got a big, long rant waiting for me, so I don't know that I want to sit through all that right now.
Yeah, you know, we got
okay.
things to
But-
do. We
but
got
I-
bananas
yeah,
to find.
I will high five him. Hey, bud. Good to see you, Cranky Kong.
Be kinder to your elders.
Bye.
All right, so now we can go over here.
Instead of him having his old classic cane, he's got a shovel now. And everyone else can handle a high five from Donkey Kong, but a high five to Cranky is all like, ah! just like, ow! I don't know why that's my own scream is tickling me so bad. He's all like, ah! I don't know why my own scream is funny to me. I'm sorry, I cracked me up. Just like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That just tickled me so bad. That's my own scream. I don't know why that's making me laugh so much. That's me. I'm sorry. But I do like the animations though for these characters. All the other monkeys can handle the high five, but Cranky Kong is just like blown on his hands because it hurts so much. I like the characterization, like the animation brings more life to him in this regard, like that I don't think previous games would have done as well.
Ooh, yeah, I want to check out these pipes.
Yes.
Wow.
Perfect.
Yeah, like I said, you pretty much leave your mark everywhere you go in this game. Let me hop up here, take a look what's in this reservoir.
Oh,
So we see a banana down there, and there's
Yeah.
going to be a good way to get it.
Yeah, so you can see this conveniently placed popper switch. Punch this, I can actually raise it up a little bit.
Nice one.
Go ahead.
Get it to in time? Yeah, you got it. All right, great.
Like I said, always watch your fruit. I'm getting drenched over here, though. Yeah. Yeah, another quick little chance to just take a quick little swim. Enjoy. We are in the lagoon layer after all. Why not take a little quick dip?
Exactly.
Yeah, but I should probably climb my way back out of here. Again, DK can climb on most surfaces in this game as well, so it's pretty easy to get where you need to go. And I'm going to use the same idea to get to the top
All
of
the
the
way up
pipes
here.
here.
Yep.
So it's waiting for us up here.
Like, Can you make it over to the next pipe? You should be able to.
I believe I can. I'm going to do a little roll and jump,
There we go.
Nice.
which is also a returning move from classic DK
Well
games.
timed. Well timed.
A
Well
little bit of
executed.
bravery required roll and jump.
You got it.
Yeah, so this is in more shifty stone. Let's see what happens when I give it a good whack.
And you've activated a Shifty Smash challenge.
Familiar barrel cannons.
Yes, you got it.
Yeah, but it's time, so you'll have to really
Yeah, let's see. Go, 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 go,
got it,
go,
you got
go,
it, you
go,
got it.
go,
Be precise
go,
about
go,
it.
go.
You
There.
did it.
Ah, so I cleared all of that,
Well done.
which pops up yet another banana for me to enjoy.
This would be a lot of bananas if people need at home. Just saying.
Listen, are you a DK fan?
This
or are you
is
a
going to
DK
be
fan?
one of the most visually appealing games I play on
We're
this
getting our
channel.
potassium intake today,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's
That
going to
is-
be
yeah,
So
amazing.
these pipes are fun. One other thing, you can actually look and see, since we are technically under the ocean, you can see that all the ground is lit up by the ocean above us with that cool little wavy texture there.
Yeah, this is really cool.
This is a gorgeous game.
It really is.
Yeah, like I said, so much loving detail put in every corner of it. Speaking of every corner of it, I go down this pipe, I can find yet another banana.
All right. Is that number 5?
I've
I'm not
lost count. I think we're at 5-3 bananas ago.
Yeah.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah, so that's another quick little example of just how hidden some of these bananas are. You really got to explore every nook and cranny of these games. Let's see if I can make a bigger crater in my crater.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's pretty satisfying. Yeah, you know what? I should probably head back where we came now.
Yeah.
See more of what was waiting in that earlier reservoir area. more conveniently placed boom rock, I will pick this up.
Let's go right through here.
Yeah, just make my way through here.
That is some entrance you're
is-
making.
Ah!
And this is what they've been working
there
on
they
the whole
are.
time.
So these
this
are
is
Peekaboo Boyd
unbelievable.
enemies.
This
These
looks
are more baddies
amazing.
for DK to fight.
And they're all
Mind
in this
you-
area.
Mind you, I have seen these videos repeatedly. I've watched them on my own. I have watched them with my sister. I even had my mom watch them as well with me as much as possible. And it's like, I can never get enough of watching this because while I'm looking at one thing, I could be missing details of other things. And I just keep finding so many cool things. Wait, he's in this game? I haven't seen him in years. Cranky Kong? Yeah! Yeah! Cranky Kong's here! I haven't seen him in years either! It's been forever. Seeing Cranky Kong, and here's oh my goodness. Seeing Cranky Kong. Now I'm just wondering, are we going to see other members of the Kong family? Are we going to see Tiny Kong? Maybe even Lanky Kong? Dixie Kong? Kitty Kong? Or did Kitty Kong grow into Tiny Kong? What about Funky Kong? So many members of the Kong family. Candy Kong? We got to think about all these different Kongs that we haven't seen in years. Will we see them again in Bananza? It's been forever. But yeah, Cranky Kong is a classic because I remember playing Donkey Kong Country on my Game Boy Advance. I remember playing Donkey Kong Country on my Game Boy Advance, and anytime I would go to speak to Cranky Kong, he would tell me about his time, because Cranky Kong is technically supposed to be the original Donkey Kong from the first Donkey Kong game. And he would say stories like,
Back in my day, we didn't need all these newfangled buttons. We just need a directional pad and the A button. That's all we needed.
and he would just talk about the old days back in early Nintendo, about things were different.
In my day, you had to jump over barrels and climb up ladders. It's not how it used to be. Now you got all these collectibles, all these animals, all these extras.
And Cranky Kong would literally just complain all the time. And then Donkey Kong would just be the Rodney Dangerfield of the family. So like, that's the story of my life. I get no respect at all. Cranky Kong would treat Donkey Kong the way Fred would treat Lamont. I only call you a dummy when you act like a dummy. Dummy. That's how Cranky Kong would treat Donkey Kong. So yeah, it's nice seeing him again after all these years. Man.
Get away from me. Get away. Get away. In fact, let me go ahead.
The cutest
Oh,
jump
they're
scare
on you, they're
ever.
on you.
Go ahead and start.
There you go.
Oh,
So a
okay.
convenient way to make a door. Pick up more fossils. Gonna work my
Oh
way
my
through the
gosh,
door I made here.
there's more of them.
Oh, there's just so many of these Peekaboo Boyds.
Did you get the last one? There it is. Okay. Well done.
Didn't like the way that rock was looking at me. Yeah. Oh, so you can see that reservoir down there. It looks like there's some action waiting down there for me. But before we do that,
There we
get
go.
out of here, Peekaboo Boyds. More of you. You brought so many friends to the party.
You thought they were going to listen to you? That was your first mistake.
Well, DK will just have to make sure that he leaves a lasting impression on them. Oh, hello.
I love it.
What a
there's
handsome
another
looking,
one.
what a handsome looking rock.
Needs some dental work done,
Peekaboo
though.
Boyds. Go ahead and there you go. Oh no, sorry, busted lip. I'm sorry. bud. Didn't mean to do that part. So if I follow this path up over here, I can actually find this strange portal here. Can't seem to punch through it, but just as we have done earlier in that earlier segment, by making music with the help of Odd Rock, we can unblock that ceiling tape and head into this first challenge course.
Bonus stages!
This is a really cool part.
This is fun. And there are challenge courses like this spread out all over the
throughout.
layer, and each one is a little bit different and requires a little bit different skills and abilities
Yeah,
of the
I'm gonna
player.
psych myself a beer. Let's
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
So this one's pretty much monkey bars, which is familiar for DK.
Gotta be careful. Ooh, okay.
Here.
Phew, I thought
It's
you
all
missed.
about
Look out below.
timing.
Yeah. Go ahead and get these collectibles here. More vanadium.
Timing or punching?
Oh.
Wow. That was.
Careful, it's a
That
long way
was-
down.
Yeah.
An infinity way
Look
down. I
out, look
actually
out.
think so.
Oh my gosh.
Get out of here.
There you go.
Okay, all right. You're
So
making
the
us
fact that I get to
nervous.
destroy the walls means that,
Don't mean to.
hey,
Oh, you're getting pushed a little
I
bit.
don't
There you go.
necessarily need to wait on the walls. I can just
Keep it
break
going.
them.
So I could drop down here now, collect this first banana in this area.
Nice.
And there we go.
Punch these crates really quickly.
Oh, and a balloon. So
Yep.
now if you fall, you'll be
Nice.
rescued.
Which is great.
All right,
I
let me
can't
work
tell how
my
many
way
times
through
I
this.
fell here.
I think. So there are 3 bananas in here. We're only going to get 2, but a third one is hiding somewhere. So in each of these challenge courses, you're going to want to look for that little hidden surprise as a third banana. But
Oh no, we're
for
gonna
now-
find them all.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna
saw
find
on
them
the
all.
challenge screen at the beginning where it showed 3 banana slots.
We're gonna save that one for you guys to figure
Don't
out.
like competition. Get wet. My banana. Thank you. I'll never get tired of that face. Every time he sees a banandium gem in this game, starts frothing at the mouth. Good job, DK.
Never gets tired of bananas either. So.
That-
So we'll hop into this big barrel cannon, blast our way back up, and keep going in the lagoon layer.
Yo, CDs, what's good? What's going
And we're
on?
making our way back.
We're checking out some Donkey Kong
Here we
Bonanza.
are. Back
Just
in
looking
the
at
green layer.
gameplay. We went through the
Hope you
history
keep
of
track at
Donkey
home of How
Kong.
many things are cleverly designed like monkey themed objects in this
Now we're
layer
checking
again.
out the gameplay for
A lot of
Bonanza.
Very good art in this
Just
game.
saw on the flowers right there.
Morty,
They're back.
They're back.
So now I will
Way
finally
down?
make. Oh no! You followed me. Get away! Get away! Get away! Get away! Actually, let me.
So
try
here's the
something
thing.
else.
This isn't necessarily brand new content. This is from a month ago. I just never did a reaction with it with you guys, and I, talked about it here and there while we watched. So there's another video after this one. We're going to check that one out after this one is done. And maybe we should check out some older Donkey Kong games to see how they've evolved over the years. I wonder, is there a Donkey Kong? Someone's got to have a video showing Donkey Kong games evolving over the years. That's a documentary, Evolution of Donkey Kong Game Overs. Not Game Overs. This will work. This will work from Eric's channel. We'll check this out. This will be the one we check out after we're done with these.
You know, spin
There
it.
you go.
Yeah.
Get away!
See, I would be running away at this point. if I was that.
I should have left
DK
one.
does not run.
I left one. He could have. I don't know. More of you. Go ahead, work my way
I
down
just
here.
said DK does not run.
DK does though. Me do. I do. I run. What you looking at, bud?
Oh.
Like Odd Rock said earlier, they're
yeah,
not very
we've got
friendly to
another
outsiders.
unfriendly.
Wow, and they just
Monkey.
gave you the cold shoulder right after, too.
Seems pretty bad for a reservoir.
Yeah.
Maybe the opposite of a reservoir.
Well, maybe we can help them out
Yeah.
while
Yeah.
we're here.
Salvager monkeys seem to be fishing up scrap as a living, so this is probably going to be pretty bad for them. if I
Careful
help
till
them
you
out.
catch it again. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
One more time.
Hup. Tag.
Well
Eh,
done.
That's so satisfying every time. And they drop such fun shinies.
They really do.
Okay, so here's a crocoid. You saw that first trio of bananas we got was called First Crocoid Cracked. This is another example of a
nice
crocoid
catch.
enemy. First, I want to get this guy out of here. Get away.
Looks like he's wearing concrete on the outside.
Yeah, so hard to destroy. It looks
You're not
like.
going to be able to punch him.
Haha. Dang.
I'm not sure the mud's going to do
Oh.
much or sand is going to
Yeah.
do much
So I'm
either.
not
Way
gonna be-
down. It's way down.
Since he's made of concrete, I can't really make a dent myself, so I'm
However,
going to have to rely
So
on
if you notice, that little pink mound that it had on top of its hand, they threw it at him, and it started to weigh him down off to the side. Like it started to pull him down on the side, so it started to lean, and its mobility was limited. So I'm already, man, you be really having me want to get back to games. They're fun. I know you're working on your manga and everything, but hey, don't. It's good to have a nice gaming session every now and again. But if you see the pink mound, it was weighing it down while it was trying to
I
move.
can't really make a dent myself, so
However,
I'm gonna have to rely on.
oh,
No, that could have been really bad.
oh,
Hey, bud.
There we go.
Yeah, let me take care of him
still
real quick.
there.
Take his shiny key.
If that was just an inch closer to the boom rock, things
Yeah.
would have gone down a little differently.
So I'll give that key a good whack and unlock this void stake that's been blocking the way down. If I give this a few good whacks itself.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, that is fresh Banandium gem. I want those so bad. Thanks, Odd Rock. So we have cleared our way down, and I think that reflects one of the main objectives of this game is to keep working your way down.
Correct.
Find a void stake, smash that void stake, and then keep progressing further and further down on the course of your adventure. You can see that trio of bananas just sitting down there.
Tantalizing.
Unfortunately, I think that's where we're going to end our segment for today.
Gotta leave things to be discovered.
But it looks good, though. All right. So, everybody, once again, that was Donkey Kong Bananza. And once again, don't go away. Up next is going to be Breath of the Wild.
Huh?
Give it a banana. See you soon.
He can bite into it all he wants to, but I ain't gonna eat it. Because I'm allergic to bananas. Now, this will be the last one from Bananza that has been out officially.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live, Nintendo Switch 2. Once again, I am
And I
Demetrius,
could watch
and I'm
these three
joined
videos
here
all the
with
time, and it just
BK
makes me want the
and
game
K.
more
And
and
this
more
again
and
is
more
Donkey
and more and
Kong
more.
Bonanza. We're going to be doing a little bit of exploration again, and this is going to be a lot of fun.
I'm really
Yes.
excited for this
So
because BK's letting me play.
Yeah, we're gonna mix it up a little bit because
Yeah.
you guys have seen how I play Donkey Kong Bonanza, but I want you guys to see just how much variety there is in exploration and destruction at the same time.
let's hop right into
Yeah,
it.
so here we
go.
are. We're back on the lagoon layer. And I'm just going to wander a bit. DK, you definitely know your way around this layer way better than anyone.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if you
yeah.
want to just guide me in my destruction,
Sure. Well, if you want to open up the map screen by hitting the minus button,
sure.
we can look at a few landmarks here.
Okay.
If you want to head off to the right section of the map and you turn a little bit, you see that little hidden alcove down there?
This one here?
Yeah, that one there. There's
Okay.
actually a hidden void stake right there.
Oh, I
You can
see
make
it.
out on the left.
I
So there's
see it.
sometimes more than one void stake in any given layer, which
Okay.
means there's an alternate way to keep progressing further
So we've
down.
got to kind of head along the edge here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took that banana. He was all like, give me that banana.
So I mean, you could head.
Looked like he was about to bite into the rind, though, without peeling it. I remember when I used to eat bananas all the time before I started to realize that, hey, I might actually be allergic to these. I remember eating so many bananas. When I was a kid, I would eat so many bananas, but it wasn't until I started realizing, you know what? My mouth is getting very, 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 very itchy, though. And that's when my parents were all like, oh, you're actually allergic to bananas. Now, I don't know to what severity, but it's only, I want to say 3 minutes. I want to say 3 minutes before I start to feel the effects of my mouth getting itchy with bananas. Literally 3 minutes. Because I remember my family went on that cruise, and there was a pie that looked like it was part chocolate, part vanilla, and it had some other pieces in it. And I thought, like, you know what? This looks like this could be good. Didn't realize it was banana in the middle of it until I bit into it, smelt it, and it was all like, oh, this is banana. And then I stopped eating it immediately. And next thing I know, 3 minutes later, my mouth was getting very, very itchy, like the roof of my mouth, my tongue, my cheeks, everything inside of my mouth started to get very, very, very itchy. Is it in the blood or only you? Only me. Everyone else can have bananas. Everyone. Hold on. Okay. But it's only me. Everyone else can eat bananas. My mom can eat bananas. My dad, my 2 sisters. I'm the only one who can't eat them. I'm the only one who can't eat them. When we have banana pudding made, they make 2 different versions. One with banana and one with vanilla. I'm the only one who can fully eat the vanilla one, while everyone else can eat both the vanilla and the banana ones. I'm the only one who's not allowed to eat the banana ones simply because of my allergy. That's it. And this is every time. My sister recently made banana pudding, one with banana and one with vanilla, and she specifically told me, like, hey, we marked this one so you know that this is the one that is regular and it doesn't have bananas in it. We had 2 whole dishes of banana pudding. She made 2 different dishes of banana pudding. One for me, one that is safe for me, and one that is not so safe. So, yeah. But it's just me, though. I could literally eat anything else. I could literally eat anything. Sorry, it's fine. It's fine. It happens. It's just a quirk. It's just like a body quirk. So you don't need to apologize. You didn't do anything wrong to me. But I literally just forgot what I was about to say. But no. I literally could eat anything. I remember now. I literally can eat anything else in the house except for bananas. Pistachios I'm allergic to, but not adversely allergic. Bananas is the one I'm adversely allergic to. I can eat everything from meat to fish, shellfish, vegetables, everything. But bananas is the only thing I can't have. I can't even have anything that has banana flavor in it, because if I taste that it has banana in it, then my body just starts to feel like, I can't have that simply because of that. But yeah, I can eat everything except for bananas. That's the only thing.
Over the edge, through the edge.
Through the edge?
So I will be making jokes about not being able to eat bananas during this entire playthrough.
Let's
I
see
like
what
where this is
happens.
going.
Yeah.
I'm just punching downward here. See
Yeah,
what I can
Going
find.
down.
Let your
Going down.
muscles be your guide.
I think this is the room that we found yesterday. Let's
Careful,
go.
DK. Careful, DK.
Okay, here's the
Yeah,
barrel.
so that'll take you
cannon.
back up.
And there's a. Oh, no, I don't want to do
Is
that.
it that?
I know you're excited about getting in a barrel cannon. Let's see if we can find the
I think we'd all be excited.
banana.
I appreciate you grabbing every banana you see.
I mean, that's how you play the
Mandatory.
game, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so let's see. This one comes out this way. Ooh.
See,
Yeah, like I said, there's all sorts of.
this is yet another game where it will be made. It'll be available in July, and it's going to make me wonder why someone hasn't made a game with similar aspects to it already. Case in point, we have Sonic Frontiers, where we get to play as Sonic, level up Sonic, and get faster and faster and become so undeniably fast that we're just speeding across an entire map. True Sonic speed. Is it just me, or do they laugh sound forceful? See, you're not the first person to say that. My sister said the same thing. My sister said the same thing. Because I'm like, I ain't chuckling or laughing. But my sister said the same thing, and as I'm like they're representatives on Nintendo. They gotta chuckle it up. They have to chuckle it up to make it seem more lively for this whole showcase. They have to chuckle, even if something is happening and it's not as funny. Or it could be that they are genuinely laughing at what's happening here, and we're just missing the joke. We're just missing their brand of humor. It could be that. But my sister said the exact same thing. She says like, what is all that laughing? Why are they laughing so much? My sister said the same thing.
fun stuff hiding all over these layers that you wouldn't necessarily know it's there, is not necessarily telegraphed to you in advance. So it's really on you to explore, punch your way through things.
I think we somehow
find
ended
little
up on the opposite side of the island that I wanted to be.
surprises. We did, but it's not a race.
Well, let's just go through here.
Like you gotta agree. You would like for me to agree, but it's like the way that they're presenting this is all like, all right, here's the news. There's gonna be 95 here, and it's gonna be 74 there, and the winds are gonna be up at least 35 miles per hour today. And back to you, Jim. Thank you for the weather news there. Thank you for the weather there, Jim. It's good for William. Thank you for the weather there. Thank you for the weather, Billiam. I am William. I am Chet You Betcha from Dimsdale News. Just the just the laughing. I know what you mean, though. Just to lighten the mood and make it feel more lively. That's what's happening here. That's what it is.
The punching's part of the journey.
It really
right.
is. I'm just gonna create my own path here.
Love it. Love it.
Would love to.
Yeah.
You know what?
You can definitely brute force your way through. but
I'm just gonna grab some
There we
terrain here
go.
to kind of
chunks are.
help. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, they're definitely your fastest way forward.
Yep.
Oh, see?
Oh, okay.
You're already on the other side.
We
Whoa.
found the
Close
edge
one.
of the island.
All right.
Yep.
There we
Okay,
go.
let's just
So,
grab on here and we'll
go
climb.
around. Oh. See,
Major jump.
Good reflexes, DK.
Yeah. All right. Now, what is the sand? I don't want sand.
Oh, you're creating art.
Okay. So let's see.
There you
Let's
go.
do some
It's a nice,
terrain
sturdy
landscaping here. Wee! Did I pass the?
Oh no, you're still on your way. You're still on your way.
yeah, I think it's over there to the right, correct?
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? If it's over there, I'm gonna grab. I just saw some boom rock down there. I'm gonna grab some of that. Help me kind of clear a path. Ooh, thanks.
Yeah, can't resist boom rock.
Not
Can
at
I
all.
climb with it? Yep. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, DK's got very strong calves, very strong.
See, I already know there's only so much more of this you can take. But keep this in mind. This is a Nintendo product. And Nintendo is literally the Disney of video games. So imagine how they expect people who work with them to behave. The exact same way as Disney employees. Just think about that. Just think about it. Then you'll understand why it sounds the way it does. Why they sound the way they do. It's essentially that.
Toes.
Doesn't skip leg day.
There we go.
You have made a door.
I have made a doorway.
Oh, and if you'll punch that shifty stone, you might have an extra.
Yeah.
challenge
Let's
to do.
see. I'm gonna really make a fool of myself here. Oh no. this
Get
is
over there.
fine.
Yeah, you got it. You got 18 seconds.
Oh, you're gonna make quick work of this.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
See, you would have got fired for not laughing. See? See, we know they're laughing it up to make the presentation more lively. We know that's what they're doing. We already know. What you want me to
Beautiful.
say?
All right.
Yeah.
I
All
don't think you
right.
showed that one before, so that's awesome.
No, that was a fun one.
Yeah, that's a new one. All right, we're still
Really
making
easy.
our way.
Okay, so this is where
There
we're
we
going
go.
over here. Oh, look at this. Something to punch. I'm
What
gonna,
isn't there to
I'm gonna
punch?
get some air time. All right.
Yeah, very
Is
good.
this? Am I on a monkey head?
Odds are very good. Okay.
I mean, I kind of blew a hole through it, so we won't get into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's art.
All right. Got it? Yeah.
Oh, here
One
we
hit
are.
down already. Nicely done, Kay.
Great. Oh,
So-
and there's a monkey over there. Hi.
Now, since we've been through this layer one time before, I think it might actually be fun to hop down there and see what's waiting for you down there.
Sure. Oh, let me just get this treasure chest real quick. 'Cause if you're anything like me,
Very
you're
good.
gonna get distracted by all.
I'm being real, I'm being myself, have a different expression like, oh, wow, oh, that's awesome. But here's the thing, though. How often do you hear me laughing at stuff when I'm playing? We need Rice World to do these reactions. Nah, them or Mighty Keef. But think about it this way. How often do you hear me laughing when I'm doing a gaming stream with all you guys? I laugh a lot. Especially when I'm getting new stuff or discovering cool things. I laughed a lot during Doom: The Dark Ages. I laughed so much. It's like that.
All the shiny.
Oh, this game's very good for that. There's so many shinies.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much everywhere you deform, you will naturally encounter vanadium gold, chunks of it, little pebbles of it.
So are we gonna take the plunge?
Yeah, go ahead and dive punch down there if you want to.
Whee!
Every now and again, you laugh, but you make a joke. I know, but I told you what this is. And this is how it is for a whole bunch of different... This is how it is for Nintendo. Family-friendly. So, laughing a lot and making this as lively as possible and family-friendly as possible and as inviting as possible is the direction that presentations like this are going to go in. I know it's annoying! But that's just how it's done. That's how they do it for Nintendo. You ain't got nobody like Maximilian Dude showcasing these games. You would have someone like Rogers Base doing something like this. Because from an outward appearance, he would be the best person to have because, I mean, Rogers Base may use profanity here and there, but it's like he has the face and personality of someone you would have sitting on a chair, and he would more than likely be laughing with these people as well during this presentation because he would be enjoying himself. Whereas Maximilian Dude is someone who's all like, oh yeah, this is awesome, and saying all this stuff, but he would not be laughing as much. It's natural and we can see that, but their laugh is forceful and blank spots. It's forceful because that's exactly how they've been told to behave during the presentation. I told you what this was. I told you what it was. Let's see. Dig a hole. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole. Oh, Eddie, I found a little spot that I could dig inside of this place, Eddie.
Rolf wishes to know why this Donkey Kong is here! Shakaka! What is this? What is that? The Hat of Discipline. Do you live in a cave?
I miss that show so much, good lord. What happened to Cartoon Network?
Now, we're not going to let you see everything down here. We will give you a brief little glimpse of Sublayer 101, which is one floor down.
Oh boy, lots of stuff to do down there.
But now we'll take you back.
I'm looking directly at you, CDs. I'm looking directly at you, okay? That was a big one. I'm looking at you. What did I say? What did I say? I can see it in your eyes. Oh my gosh, these fake laughs. Oh, I can see it on your face. I can see it. I can see it in your eyes. Where little donkey at? You mean Diddy Kong? No idea.
We'll take you back to the start of the layer.
Steve, do you want to play?
Also, it says this demo lets you play in the full intro area, Ingot Isle, and explore a portion of a later area, the Lagoon Layer. I said this to my sister. If they have the demo for Donkey Kong Bananza on my Switch 2, I will be downloading it, and I will be playing it. Yeah, I will be playing it. I don't know if I'm going to do a video. I kind of want to have it as a stream, just messing with the demo and seeing what all it has. I want to do this. I want it! I need to do it. So as soon as I get it in my hands, my Switch in my hands, I'm going to look for that demo. If they got it, we are playing it. But yeah.
Hey?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Welcome back to Ape Cape. You can see that gold on the ground there marks where you've returned, just in case you want a little identifier.
I'm just going to go ahead and destroy everything. So I don't even know where I'm going. I don't even care.
You're getting the D play style.
Oh, I found treasure. I'll take it.
Does the
Give
D
me-
stand for destruction? I've been calling you Dimitri.
I've been upgrading.
Could be
myself.
multi-purpose.
I'm just gonna punch my way through everything.
Don't forget the hand slaps to collect
Oh,
all the
yeah.
collectibles around.
I want to go
And
back
maybe
and just destroy it
there
all.
could be something hidden, so the sonar for the
Yeah.
hand slap is good for that.
DK's
too.
carving himself out.
There you go.
Nice little
Yeah.
area here.
Okay.
Oh, you took out a Buzzoid too. I didn't see that. Bye, Buzzoid.
It was all by design.
Just gonna start swinging on my way down. I'm not.
I need to find their website so I can comment and give them my piece. You don't have to. Bro, they're going overboard. I didn't think you would get this heated over people laughing in a video. I didn't think
Definitely
anyone would
one
get
way
this
to
heated.
make an
Definitely a
entrance.
good way to play.
I can't imagine why the locals aren't friendly to outsiders.
Oh, I have just begun.
Oh no, he found the boom rock. Oh, you found a hidden area below.
Oh, look at that.
Another hidden area with more goodies.
I
Oh,
bet
more
there's
boom rock. That's what I
something
found.
good down
Okay.
here.
Yeah, why don't you aim for some of those guys?
No, you don't have to respond to them laughing. You don't have to. You don't have to. What you think they're gonna take it into feedback a month later? Had you had taken the chance to say something the day of or maybe the day after, but it's been a month. This is old. It's been a month.
Guys, or see what pops
Yeah,
out.
let's see. Oops. No, I'm gonna just crash right in.
Yeah, this.
That's a little dangerous.
That's
take it.
actually a great way to demonstrate that you can surf on pretty much any kind of terrain, but they will interact with the surrounding environment in different ways. So you surfing on that boom rock and hitting the wall actually causes
Make good choices, everyone.
Alright.
specifically D. Good choice, D.
Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Oh, look at all of this.
He's made a good choice.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna just pick it up by blowing it up. Yeah.
Very good.
Oh.
Oh, there was a concrete slab on
Yeah.
the wall there.
See it?
That's one way to do it.
I'm not done yet. All right. Let's
Yeah, what haven't you done? Oh, there's
Hey.
a treasure chest. Get that treasure chest.
There we go. All right. What else? Let's see.
Ooh, you could fight this crocodile out here if you want to.
Yeah, I like the idea. Let's do it.
Yeah, grab a chest. Boom rock.
All right. Let's see what I can.
Seriously, CDs, you don't have to do
There
that.
you go.
Excellent work.
Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, get over there.
Eat it.
Because you ain't gonna hear none of
Got the
this
key from
when
that guy. Let's leave
I'm
that key
playing.
for now. Let's,
Of course.
I'll probably make a joke. Oh, look at me tear up this rock. I'm probably gonna do that.
Satisfying,
Oh,
though.
yeah, I'm not
I'm
doing
gonna.
Can I tell you, the rumble
Let
while
me
you're playing this
handle
game,
it. Let me
the
handle the
sound
clowning.
amazing.
Oh
Specifically
goodness,
the
we
sounds.
destroyed a
This
portion of the
game's,
wall.
The sound's incredible. They're going to be very important for Bling.
Oh,
Let me
oh my
handle
God.
it. Let me handle it.
Okay, there's an apple that popped out of the
An
ground.
apple,
Oh, I
yeah,
rolled
there
on the
it
ground.
An apple a day keeps the buzzard away.
Nope, missed me.
Get a D.
There we go.
Very good.
Oh, I see there's something over here. So
Your hand slaps, Steve.
yeah. I can't help it. I just like punching everything at first.
Yeah, so you can't get through that concrete by hand. You're gonna have to.
And you know you gotta laugh like this. Look at me. I'm tearing. I'm tearing.
That was nice.
I'm
That was
tearing off these
Alright,
pieces of the earth and using that as a projectiles. You gotta have your teeth closed like
Let
this.
me get some more boom rock, which is over here.
You gotta do it like
It
this.
is very handy to have that so conveniently.
Like the evil
I'm getting
Inspector
too excited.
Gadget
I
from the
know.
Disney movie.
Making my way back over.
You gotta show
Now,
teeth.
Alright,
You gotta show teeth when you
What
do
game are
that.
you playing?
Yeah, ooh, you found a fossil.
let's do
Wonder
it.
what kind of
Alright,
music they're
make
gonna
my way
have in
through.
DK?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on the environment. Because since we're here in this lagoon area,
So,
it has
all
like
this
lagoon
destruction, and you have
tropical
yet
type
to find a
music to it.
banana.
If that's
know.
even a good, if that's even a good description. It sounds like the type of music you would hear at a beach resort. That's the most sarcastic laugh. Most sarcastic laugh I ever heard, bro. If your sis was in there and you two would be unstoppable. Look, she's already said her piece concerning these people laughing in these videos. She said it repeatedly. Why are they laughing like that? That sounds forced. She's already said her piece. She's already given me an earful of what she thinks about these reps laughing while they're playing the game.
What are you doing?
Remember, punch with purpose. And your purpose is potassium.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. Let's see here. Yeah.
Now, so with this sculpture, D, what is your artistic intent?
This is the deconstruction of.
Hey, you're expressing yourself
Yes.
very clearly.
The artistic restructuring.
Yeah, I think you're coming up on a area
there's
with
a-
some hidden peekaboo-boids. You want to engage the enemy.
Okay. Let's see. Punch this. All right. Over here.
Yeah, head in that direction, see what happens.
Okay. there
hello.
they are.
Get him.
Those things pop really satisfactorily. It's
They're all around.
Especially if you grab a chunk and just whack them with it. There you go.
Yeah.
Rather have that dude who do the gaming awards, Jeff Keighley?
if you twirl that stick around, that's how you can do the spinning attack while you're holding a chunk.
Yeah, there you
I like-
go.
oh, there you go. I like that a lot. That can also shake
Nice.
off any peekaboo-boids that are clinging to you.
All right.
You are a
I
master of
failed
destruction.
myself.
Can we just look at your path of destruction on the map?
Oh, yeah, pull up the map. Let's see what you've done, D. Yeah, tilt that thing around using the other stick.
Oh my god.
Okay, yep, that's where you came in.
that's
Oh, you can see where K was earlier.
Yep.
Okay, it was over here, and I think I
Yep.
just
My
kinda-
very like pointed strikes compared to your just like
You can
wave
see,
of
like-
destruction.
That's true. Yeah, I love that though because you can see there's so many different ways to play Donkey Kong Bonanza. You can play it the K way with precision strikes to get where you want to go, or you can play it the D way, where you're basically creating art as you go. Yeah.
And we're back.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you hand that control back to me, D? And I want to show off a couple more.
See, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Their laughing isn't bothering me. That's not the reason why I keep looking in the camera, though, when they do. That's not why I'm looking at the camera when they do it, because their laughing's not bothering me.
More thing.
Never.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to rip you away.
It
Yeah.
really is just really fun to play.
I want to show off a couple more things here. There's more of this area we haven't explored yet. And I think one more void snake is actually hiding over
Nice
in this
catch.
area. Thank you very much. Now, these peekaboo-boids are going to make it harder than I want it to be. I'll just make
That was
quick
less
work of them
effective.
as quick as I can.
Probably should have been.
There's so many of them. Hand slap this guy.
Hand
Make sure
slap.
that I can get up to this environment here.
There's another void stick right there.
I'm going to clear out that concrete because I can see a path I'm going to want to climb along.
Perfect.
There we go. No, hang on. Punch these barrels real quick. There we go.
There we go.
A couple more apples, some snacks for the road. Hello, peekaboo-boids. So, another void snake's been hiding here the entire time. We didn't explore this earlier, but now that we're here,
Yeah.
you give that a couple whacks, open that up.
Oh, hello.
More banandium
Get
gems have
bananas!
appeared below. That was a bigger void snake, and bigger void snakes will create more banandium gems. But we're gonna dive down here and see where we land. See
Another
what's waiting
sneak
for us in this
peek.
area. Yeah.
Oh boy, look at that.
Oh, yeah, down. Wow.
Yeah, these are fun little
Seems like
teases.
there's some trouble going on Sublayer 101.
Yeah, some fun teases of what else is going to await you lower down once you're able to get there yourselves. But this is going to put us back in the area where we started, just like before. One other cool trick I want to show is that if we've already been exploring a layer and we have these little checkpoints on the map, we can actually zip right there by teleporting.
Ah. Oh.
That looks safe.
I don't think there's any reason to explain what just happened, right? It was pretty
No,
clear.
no, not
Good,
at all.
great. Okay, so that is one easy way to zip around, though. One really fun way to kind of get an idea of
Get back
where the
on
map
track
is.
if you end up,
Explore.
following
then-
your heart.
Yeah, and then again, also, don't forget, you can always press L to make music with Odd Rock, and together it'll point you where you want to go. So right now, it is kind of pointing us underground. It wants us to go further deep down. So, oop, hello. I think it might be finally time to punch this key over here.
There we go.
Open up this reservoir.
Attack it. Yeah. I swear it's all I'm gonna be doing, punching away.
Oh, we know, D. I think you've made your intent very clear.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, one other thing I haven't really showed off yet at all is this game also has a photo mode.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I think this
Oh
might
my
actually be a
goodness,
great way to
so
get a
cute.
sense of just how expressive and animated
Look at
DK is
his
in this
face.
adventure. Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah,
so
photos.
fun
I'm
in
gonna be
this
taking
game.
photos
His
in this
expressions, his
game.
reactions to things, even just his movements are always changing.
If you're looking at the camera, you know it too. I already told you the reason why I'm looking at the camera. I told you it's not bothering me. I know why they're doing it, but I told you it's not bothering me. I'm looking at the camera because I know behind this camera on your side of the fence, you are either rolling your eyes or like, come on, man. Why y'all stop laughing? What you laughing for? It ain't that funny. I'm just smiling because I knew that the more you hear it, when this video is done, you're still gonna hear them laughing afterwards.
My plan is complete. Soon all you will hear is the laughing of the Nintendo representatives as they laugh incessantly at Donkey Kong Bonanza.
I know my plan, and it's working.
Changing.
But yeah, I'm gonna be. Since this game has a photo mode, I will be taking so many pictures of Donkey Kong. I never thought that I would be able to take pictures of Donkey Kong. I never thought. The thought of being able to have Donkey Kong in a photo mode at all, I never thought of that. And now I'm gonna be able to do that. And since I'll be able to go into photo mode and take significantly awesome pictures with DK, don't be surprised if I start filling up the photo mode spaces with tons and tons of Donkey Kong photos come around July 15th, I believe it is. No, I think it's July 17th. Hold on. July. Yes. Wait, is it 15th or is it 17th? Because 17th is on a Thursday. Yeah, 17th. It's going to be on a Thursday. It's going to be on a Thursday. All right, hold on. Hope this game makes it to the top. I hope so as well. Because DK needs to win. Mario has been dominating Nintendo games for years. Mario Party, Mario Kart Racing, different types of Mario games. It's now time for Donkey Kong to have a moment for himself where he reminds everyone that we would not have the Nintendo we have today without him. So, I mean, this is already gonna be a day one purchase. So, yeah.
And the Odd Rock is just so weird and adorable.
See if I can capture some more fun expressions here with DK.
I think that's my favorite one.
So
far.
happy.
Got a special hat.
Oh. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, let's
That
see what
looks
else I can do here. I'm gonna toss that out. Oh, let's see if I can do a midair clap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, you can see the impact of it happening
Oh
right
my
now.
God.
I
That's
love
great.
that about this.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
look
a-
how clean and crisp the picture quality
Like-
is.
Yeah, there's a real
Did you
sense of
ev-
power. You can
Have any of us ever thought we would get a Donkey Kong with this level of detail before? Like the fingernails on his hands, the different layers of fur on his arm. Did we ever think we would get a Donkey Kong that looked this good?
You can see he's actively shaking himself right now mid-clap, which really adds to the effect, I think. Looking good, DK.
Looking really good.
Pan, DK. Yeah, what else can I do? Oh, let's try a mid-air roll. He's having the time of his life.
He really is.
And
I
so
mean,
is
you
Odd
got
Rock.
to eat a bunch of bananas.
Yeah, Odd Rock is that's well. Let's call that joy. Let's call that expression.
It reads joy to me.
Yeah, and even something as simple as running around, you can see DK is always so expressive. Always enjoying himself.
Love it.
Well, we're nearing the end of our time here for this last little quick glimpse at Donkey Kong Bonanza, I think maybe it might be worth dipping down and taking a look at this actual objective sinkhole we're supposed to dive down into. What do you guys
Let's
think?
do it. Let's take a sneak peek.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, you have to go that way, land like that.
There's
Don't
so
worry,
much
we're gonna
stuff
move on
waiting
to
for you
the-
down here.
We're going to move on to the history of DK, like the evolution of Donkey Kong games from like the very first one all the way to where it is right now. So we can see how much DK has evolved over the decades.
There's a lot more adventure left for DK beyond what we've shown you here.
Just can't wait to dive in.
Very good, Kay.
I
very
appreciate
good.
that.
Yeah, so back at Ape Cape again, once again. Unfortunately, I think maybe that's all we're going to show you for this last little glimpse of Donkey Kong Bonanza. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited to play this game on full release, but that's all we're going to show you for right now.
All right, everybody. Once again, like we said, that's Donkey Kong Bonanza. But stay right here. We'll be right back.
All right, so that's Donkey Kong Bonanza. And mind you, these are old videos from a month ago. This is from a month ago. Oh, there was a whole showcase for the Legend of Zelda games, like the Switch 2 versions of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I'll look at that later. Right now, we need to focus on the evolution of Donkey Kong games. This is 13 minutes. Okay. Donkey Kong Country, 1981. My mom would talk about this version of the game all the time. Donkey Kong Jr., 1982. Wait, you didn't know that was Donkey Kong? You didn't know the first game was Donkey Kong? Or the second game, Donkey Kong Jr.? You didn't know the first game was, that first one from 1981 was Donkey Kong? You didn't know? Technically, if we're going by the lore, at least whatever lore that they established for the Donkey Kong games, that is technically Cranky Kong. Because Cranky Kong, by his own admission, and by the lore that Nintendo posted, is essentially, he's supposed to be the original Donkey Kong that Mario was fighting, trying to rescue Pauline against in the original Donkey Kong game. First one didn't know you as a kid. Hey, now you know. Now you know. The very first Donkey Kong game was the very first Donkey Kong game that was Donkey Kong. And because of how successful Donkey Kong was, they created a spin-off for Jumpman that you were playing from that game and created Mario. Because Donkey Kong came before Mario. Mario is a spin-off character from the Donkey Kong games, but Nintendo saw how successful Mario was, and Mario basically just took off and led Nintendo in a whole brand new direction alongside Donkey Kong. But Mario became the big mascot for Nintendo. But it's all because of Donkey Kong. Mario is a spin-off character. He's not the OG. He's a spin-off. So all those 200 plus games of Mario is due to him being included in Donkey Kong's first game. And you weren't here for the beginning of it, but if it wasn't for the success of Donkey Kong, of the very first Donkey Kong from 1981, Nintendo would have been financially bankrupt because they were in crisis. This game literally, back had to step away. Kitty, you're perfectly fine. You missed it with you missed CDs losing You miss CD's losing his mind over the fact that the people who were showcasing the Donkey Kong Bonanza videos, they were incessantly, yeah, he's talking about it right now, incessantly laughing over the game, and it really got on CD's nerves. It really got on his nerves. It was funny. It was funny to see. He's all like,
Stop laughing! It's not that funny!
it was funny. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. But yeah, CDs, because of how successful Donkey Kong was back then, it essentially saved Nintendo from financial ruin. And then once they got brought back from the brink, that's when they started messing with Mario, and that took off, and that helped solidify Nintendo even further. You gotta go back? Oh, you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy it. But right now, Kitty, we are going through the history of Donkey Kong games, like the Evolution, like the very first game. We are currently at Donkey Kong 3 from 1983, and just seeing how the games have changed over the years, up until we get to the point where Bonanza is going to be shown at the end, because this video was made like a month ago from Eric's channel, just in case anyone wanted to look at it. Look at how old these games are. This was considered peak gaming back then. Here it is, Donkey Kong Country! The Beavers! The Barrel! The Diddy Kong, the Kremlings! The Kong letters. Donkey Kong in 1994. Donkey Kong Country 2. I remember playing this on the GBA too. I got it over there. I'm just missing my first Donkey Kong Country game. I'm missing that one. Oh! Who remembers playing the older games and saying, man, these graphics are great, and now it's like, wow, this was considered peak graphics. Yeah, that was me. What's a good comparison? Actually, you know what? Here's a good comparison. A good comparison would be playing God of War originally, saying that everything about this game was amazing. The graphics, the gameplay, and then getting all the way to God of War Ragnarok, and looking back at God of War 1 and thinking, wow, we have come so far. We have come so far graphically for games where this is considered old. The gameplay is still incredibly solid, but now we're here where you have the first God of War and the latest God of War, and the visual quality has ascended essentially tenfold in comparison over all these years. Or playing the very first Final Fantasy game and then playing Final Fantasy 16. That's another example. Playing the very first Armored Core game, then playing Fires of Rubicon. Playing the very first Doom game, and then playing Doom the Dark Ages. Playing the very first Monster Hunter game, and then playing Monster Hunter Wilds. Playing the very first Spider-Man game, and then playing Marvel's Spider-Man 2. I'm trying to find me another example. Playing the very first Grand Theft Auto game, and then playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Sorry, got my Transformer over here. Ooh, another good one. Another good example would be playing the very first Batman game, and then playing Batman Arkham Knight, and then messing with Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League. Now, I'm talking about graphics. We're still talking about graphics. And graphically wise, Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League is incredibly solid, even in comparison to Arkham Knight. People will say Arkham Knight looks better. No, Arkham Knight is always in the dark. Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League has a day and night cycle, and both look good Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League's graphical fidelity is very well done. Its overall graphical design is very well done. Say what you will about the gameplay, say what you will about the story, and how it ruins the legacy of Rocksteady and stupid stuff like that. But graphically wise, the game is very solid. From a visual standpoint. Ooh, another one. One more. The very first Borderlands game compared to Borderlands 4. That's another example. So yeah, we have reached a point where games that we've enjoyed when we were younger are essentially games that we enjoyed when we were younger and thought that their graphics were absolutely amazing because the gameplay also helped with that. It now, I won't say it looks inferior, but it's like, wow, we considered this peak graphics back then? He's still going? Yeah, I'm still going. Yes, I'm still going. Yes, I'm still going. Ooh, another one. Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 1 compared to Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Visually, it is superior. I got one. Yeah, Warhammer, the first Warhammer game, all the way to Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. Speaking of which, I posted this this in the Discord server. We're finally getting our Horde mode for Space Marine 2. It's going to be hitting in June 26th. So that's another thing I'll be covering as well. But yeah, long story short, games have really gone beyond. I mean, here's another example. Looking at Hideo Kojima's very first game, which would be Metal Gear Solid, and then seeing his latest game for Death Stranding, and here's the thing, I never checked out the latest thing about Death Stranding at all, because I feel like there might be some spoilers about things that happen in the first Death Stranding that I haven't gotten to yet, so I've kind of been holding off on it, so that way I can better understand it as well. But I remember seeing the very first trailer for Death Stranding during that one state of play, and seeing just how the graphics look for that, even in comparison to Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. But you go back to the very first Metal Gear Solid, and then compare that to Death Stranding, and it's like, graphical fidelity, when in the right hands, has to be some of the most awe-inspiring pieces of art. Not just, computer images or whatever. No. When you can make people who look photorealistic in a video game, and it's not uncanny valley levels of quality, but it actually looks like people that fits the environment, that's peak. That is peak understanding of graphical design. See, we get a whole bunch of games like Starfield and Avowed and Dragon Age Veilguard, and they have high fidelity, but the design is trash. That's people who don't understand how good they have it. And they're just making run-of-the-mill stuff. But when you get stuff like God of War Ragnarok, Marvel Spider-Man 2, the first Berserker Kazan, Doom the Dark Ages, Armored Core Fires of Rubicon, Elden Ring, when you have people who understand what type of technology they have in their hands, know how to work it, and make it look fantastic, that's when you have art. So yeah, graphics have greatly increased over the years, and we're going to see how they increase as we continue this. Pardon my rant. I'll play Final Fantasy VII one day. I'll play it. I'll play it one day. On the prerequisite that someone gives me a $100 super chat. I'm kidding. I would never ask. Let me say that. Oh, Black Myth Wukong. Great fidelity as well. Absolute. It's wonderful. The graphics look absolutely amazing. But yeah, I am kidding about the $100 super chat though. Please don't take that seriously whatsoever. I would never ask you guys for that. I need to reiterate because some people will run with it. Some people will run with it and think I'm actually being serious. I just thought I'd make that clear. Let me make that clear. Like, listen to this music. Oh, this takes me back. I got this on the Game Boy Advance too. I don't think the music sounded like this though. It sounded different. Man, Game Boy, when there was no color and it was just one solid color. Diddy Kong Racing! I need y'all to understand that this is the first time I have seen gameplay of Donkey Kong 64 in years. I have yet to look at any game. I haven't ever since what happened to my Nintendo 64. What happened with my Nintendo 64 being fried? I never looked at anything Donkey Kong 64 related. I read up on it. I talked about it, but I haven't looked at Donkey Kong 64 footage at all in years. This is actually the first time I am seeing footage of DK64 in a long time, other than, some people using the DK rap in like their videos, and that's it. But seeing gameplay, Cranky Kong's hut in the background, his symbol overhead, I have not seen gameplay from this game in years. If only I was patient. If only I was patient that day. I could still be playing it now. I see. Just seeing this gameplay, it ignites so many memories of me taking that same path when I was a kid. Not the music. Not the music. Ah, man. Oh, Lord.
Well done!
This is essentially the tutorial. This is the tutorial. Oh. Wow. So many memories are just flooding back from just watching that. And you want to know something else? of all the games I have seen people play, I have never sat down and watched anyone play through Donkey Kong 64 completely. I've watched people play Super Mario 64, even Legend of Zelda, but I've never watched anything Donkey Kong 64 related. I don't know if it's trauma because I messed up my Nintendo 64 and could never finish Donkey Kong 64, but I've never watched someone actually beat Donkey Kong 64 before. So I don't even know how the game ends. Even after all these years, I don't know how the game ends. So you'll have to pardon me if I was just really quiet during that one, just because that's memories. That's memories I used to have messing with that game.
All right, here we go.
Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the stair again.
Now here's Jungle Beat. I remember commercials for this game back then. So many. I remember the commercials for this.
Situations will arise in our lives, but you gotta be smart about it.
What is this song? Bum, 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 bum. I don't know if, okay, so I'm looking at this gameplay where you have to slowly climb something. I don't know if I can make it in a game like this because I need to have full range of movement, and if the only way I can get around is if I climb something, I would rather have a regular 3D platformer. Also, I think there's a 3DS game. That's the reason why. Oh, this is a racing game. And DK is losing. Diddy Kong Racing on the DS. I remember this too. I don't think I ever played it, but I think a friend of mine had it. Okay, Donkey Kong Country Returns. Got that on the DS. I was playing this when I was in line to pre-order my Switch. I was literally playing the whole first world while I was waiting in line in order to get mine secured. This Joker missed all the bananas. Then here's Tropical Freeze. Yeah, you messed it up, DK. Now you can't get it. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. This is for the Switch. This is basically Donkey Kong Country Returns, but you know, they just ported it. So it's essentially the same game. And then lastly, Bananza. Look where we are for Donkey Kong games. Like, look at this. This is where we are for Donkey Kong now. This is where we started. This is where we started with Donkey Kong. And now we're here with Donkey Kong. It's been a crazy journey for this dude. It's been a crazy journey. But it's a good journey. I'm glad he's back. He's finally back to say he ain't dead. You better play this game or you're sick in the head. Let's go, DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong is here. But two different worlds. Seriously. The advancements in hardware has changed in the past 20 years. 20 years! 2 whole decades. I'm just happy that he's finally getting his Odyssey moment. And hopefully they'll give Mario a break because Mario's got enough games as it is. Let Donkey Kong have a turn, alright? Mario ain't the only Nintendo character. It's Donkey Kong's turn to shine. But overall, this has been the history of Donkey Kong. We've seen how the games have evolved over the years from sequels and spin-offs, each game looking better and better than the last, with Bananza being the highest grade possible right now, being released for the Nintendo Switch 2 later this year in July. And I have to say that I really can't wait to play this game. But I think I covered everything that I wanted to speak about today. So let me go ahead and get my face down here. Since I had to reinstall OBS, I was reinstalling OBS in order to get everything fixed. I had to reconfigure everything because apparently with the configuration I had the last time, it would make OBS crash. So I have to go through some of my other things that I know I move around in order to ensure that it doesn't cause any problems later on. But that's essentially what I wanted to show you guys and just spend a little time just talking about Donkey Kong with all of you. And just know that this is by far one of my most anticipated games, with it being Donkey Kong Bonanza, that I'm looking forward to. And just us learning about the history of Donkey Kong and how without Donkey Kong, Nintendo would not be where it is today. Okay? Nintendo would not be where it is today without the success of Donkey Kong. Nintendo was on the cusp of a financial collapse, of a financial crisis. It was already in the middle of a financial crisis. It's because of Donkey Kong that they are able to be the ginormous video game conglomerate that it is. Because without Donkey Kong, we would not have Mario. And without Mario, Nintendo would be nowhere. So it's because of Donkey Kong that Nintendo is as big as it is today. The only difference between Nintendo and Disney is that Nintendo doesn't forget the people that it's trying to, constantly buy new stuff for. Some of their choices are very questionable, the whole Pal World situation and them charging way higher prices for one of their games, and I'm not excusing them, but at least they know who they're trying to market towards and trying to, make sure that people keep buying stuff from them. Disney could learn a thing or two from Nintendo to actually stay relevant. I'm just saying. But that's just me poking fun at them. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been essentially me just talking about Donkey Kong for how long? There is no way that it's... Oh, okay. It's been 3 hours, apparently. It's been 3 hours? It's been 3 hours? Ain't no way. I thought it was maybe like 2. But no, it's been 3 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been me just talking about Donkey Kong and how much I am really looking forward to Donkey Kong Bonanza. Don't worry, CDs, I will not be laughing like those people in the gameplay videos. Hopefully we'll get some gameplay without actual audio, so that way you don't feel like you're being distracted. But overall, I've enjoyed this talk we had, everyone. Thank you for taking this trip down memory lane with me. I am going to try and avoid thinking about how much fun I had with Donkey Kong 64 after watching that gameplay clip, because, man, that just harkens back to the early 90s, the 90s for me. Playing that game before I short-circuited my entire system. It's just so many memories, and the music as well. But it was great talking about this entire franchise with all of you, and with the Switch literally on the horizon. Like, after we get done with the rest of this week, Friday and Saturday, next week is the last week the world doesn't have a Switch 2 in it. It's the last week, because the week after that will be when the Nintendo Switch 2 releases. That's how close we are. Once we are literally 16 days away. Just a little over 2 entire weeks. 2 entire weeks. Overall, I'm looking forward to it. But I'm done, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sitting with me as I just talk about Donkey Kong for the past 3 hours and 21 minutes. It's been fun. Thank you, Kitty. Thank you, CDs. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Thank you for your support, because I enjoy doing stuff like this for all of you. I'm done. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!